Hi everybody, welcome to the Wondercast Does the Wonder Blast, our wonderful adventure as we go through 2.5 hours of glorious Wonderlands entertainment live from Dallas, Texas at the Gearbox launch party. Tess, it's so good to see you here. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm in the Wonderlands basically. I'm looking out at you and all our friends through a window from the Wonderlands themselves, and it's really gorgeous here. Can I just say that?
Really? What do you think of all
beautiful.
the cool new weapons?
Oh my god, I love them so much. They're way too much fun. First of all, crossbows. All kinds of crossbows.
Yeah.
There's assault crossbows. There's SMG crossbows.
Oh yeah.
There's melee weapons. There's so much cool stuff.
You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I think what we should do is let the game speak for itself. So without further ado, let's bring in our first gameplay trailer.
Darkness washes over the land. Dun dun dun. The Dragon Lord has returned!
Ha ha ha! Fools! Your party of heroes can't stop me!
Who's ready to rickety roleplay? Spoiler? It's you, baby. You know, some of you may be asking, Tina, why are there guns in a fantasy world? And I am just so glad you asked because shut up your face and get shooting!
You ready, newbie?
Time for character sheets, baby! All right, trailer over. No end credit scene here. This ain't no super duper hero movie.
That trailer, I remember when it first came out, the reaction to Baby Metal being in it was everybody went crazy, and the juxtaposition, it just blew my mind. So, you know what, we could go on and on, but there's one person everybody always loves to hear from. One guy, the person. I am very excited and honored to welcome Randy Pitchford, the big guy himself, to the show. And he's got a gift? What is that?
Oh, I have something.
What?
I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
So at the appropriate time, we could share this.
I see.
Hi!
Hi!
How's it going?
Good to see you. How have you been?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think I've been working harder than I've ever worked in my life, but I'm loving every second of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the past couple of years have been quite
An adventure.
insane.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's great. We're backstage right now at the Wonderland's launch party. A year ago, I wondered if there would ever be launch parties ever again. And of course, we had the Borderlands 3 launch party a few years ago, and that was
An extravaganza.
fun.
it was
Yes.
was extravasplosion.
Yes.
It was quite a thing. But yeah, we're here.
We are.
Hi, Tess.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, yes.
Hi,
Tess is
Randy.
actually in a screen for the
We got virtual Tess. I love it.
Yes, I'm in the Wonderlands, and it's
yes.
so gorgeous. Thank you for this amazing place. Seriously, I'm so excited. I really want to go run and shoot things, but I'll save that for after the party.
Fair enough.
So we have you here. I have to ask, how did Wonderlands come about? Like,
Oh my God.
because we've known where everything has been going, but this is such a new departure for the series, for Gearbox
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
too. So where did it even come from?
I mean, look, from the audience perspective, you know, the connection to Dragon's Keep is pretty obvious. Tiny Tina's, but I mean, really, I remember in 1999, the year I founded Gearbox with some of my friends, and you know, we were working on Half-Life Opposing Force.
One of
and
my
we had-
favorites.
and we were talking about, like, we also wanted to make an authentic war game that later became Brothers in Arms. And I was writing treatments for a fantasy game. Like in '99, that's how far back, and actually it predates Gearbox even. Like, there, you know, I even pitched, believe it or not, in '99 I pitched to do a Lord of the Rings game.
Really?
I was turned down.
Oh no.
that could have been fun.
My pitch was basically the Mines of Moria, you know, to like make a hack and slash dungeon, you know,
Yeah.
like from before what we saw in the films, of course. You know, I'm going back to the Silmarillion stuff, but Forgive me, I'm a freaking nerd. But like,
Listen, everybody out there in TV land is too. So there are people who are absolutely eating this up right now.
So
We're right there with
fantasy, and it's not just me.
Yeah.
Everybody at Gearbox loves fantasy, and that's why Dragon's Keep existed. It's sort of an excuse for us to find ways to get to just do it. And I'll confess, there were multiple starts and stops throughout Gearbox's history with like dedicated fantasy games that we kind of got started. I mean, there was one that we had, like the team got up to like 45, 50 people, and it just wasn't working out. And I kind of had this hunch that because the game system of Borderlands is so, the fundamentals,
right?
The movement, the loot, the shooting, the RPG elements combined with these action first-person elements like that. I had a feeling that would make the perfect backdrop for a commitment to a large-scale fantasy game, and we went for it. But we kind of it's easy to lose your way, and the team. Everybody wants to invent and be creative, and we were going in lots of different directions and pulling ourselves apart. So when we were thinking about what to do, we were actually hadn't even shipped Borderlands 3 yet. We hadn't even shipped Borderlands 3 yet.
Right.
When this concept originated.
Yeah, I mean, you said it goes back to '99, and then the way that you're
this
talking
specific
about it,
game,
right?
We hadn't even shipped Borderlands 3 yet, and we said, you know what, we should take all this momentum, take our creativity, and start imagining crazy fantasy stuff. And if we do it just like Dragon's Keep, then that will ground us.
Right.
And and the team was just killing it. There was a small team in the beginning, and they were doing so, like, some of the greatest stuff you'll find when it comes out was like back originating from that original small team. Of course, there's huge amounts of things added on top.
Of course.
But I mean, the real truth is it's the collective kind of team think that happens when creative people are working together. And fortunately, we had all of that. All of that, the roots were in place before the pandemic hit. So we had already had so much game made, so much understanding of what we were doing before the pandemic hit, and we all went in lockdown in the beginning of 2020. I think that carried us through. It was something solid that we could hold on to, and everything sucked and everything changed. But yeah, the team is what makes it happen.
It sounds like it's a real passion project.
Oh, I mean, there's no one involved in this that hasn't been dreaming about, and here's what's cool too, with the kind of backdrop that we've done for this. I mean, having the entire universe be in the imagination of the creator of Bunkers and Badasses and Tina's take on it, we can kind of take some of those fantasy tropes and just tie them in a knot and flip the table on some of that stuff, and we've had a lot of fun with that, and it's a blast.
It shows through in the trailers so far.
Yeah. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, here's the other thing too. Matt and Kayla and Adam and Rob and those guys, like, they're amazing, and they don't like spoiling things. So it's been a battle between like the marketing team that just wants to show everything, and them like, no, don't show anything. So they've been holding back. Even that 20 minutes of gameplay, like that went out. That's like a side quest. Like, it's totally like you have no idea.
Yeah,
It definitely did a lot for us, though. For those of us that got to play that demo,
Yes.
we were able to see the environments here in the Wonderlands. We were able to hang out with some really cool goblins, use some crossbows, shoot some dragons, and it was just so satisfying. As a hardcore kind of roleplay and D&D fan, this is so satisfying to me to have, like, the gunplay and the super fun mechanics of looting and just the incredible humor and artistry that we've come to expect from Gearbox in a fantasy universe is just amazing.
And it's because of our, like, that jumping off point, we're able to bring the guns to a sword fight. And it's like, that really hasn't happened, especially not with like high fantasy. So I mean, I don't know. It's just banana pants, and gratefully we've got so many creative people that embrace banana pants and make it even more crazy.
That's the company
so
logo,
much.
right? Oh,
speaking of banana pants,
I was going to say, I love your shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look, the world's nutty. and
Yes.
I decided to dress like the Ukrainian flag tonight at the launch party because I just can't imagine. We're over here playing video games and making video games, and there's people fighting for their lives right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're just making virtual guns, and they need they're in the shit right now. So I'm like, I don't know. I was just thinking about, and I'm like, I got these yellow pants. I got a blue jacket. I'm just gonna,
I'm wearing the wrong
Show
scarf.
some-
I
show
should have been
some
wearing
support.
a Ukraine scarf. It's all right. We'll see if we can figure one out, I'm sure.
All of my yellow that I normally wear that goes with the blue, unfortunately, wouldn't fit into the Wonderlands at the moment because lights and green and things. But I really, 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 really appreciate you doing that, Randy. That's amazing. And
I
you're
don't know.
right.
I had this dumb thought, and I asked Christy about it, and she's like, yeah, you should. I'm like, are people gonna think I'm like, no, you should do it. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So she's
The
best.
solidarity
Well, she's
around
also
the
in
world
charge
is
of my
amazing.
wardrobe, so.
That is
Not
that
really.
is right.
That's
I remember
framing
that.
wrong. She would never want me to talk about it like that. I don't think I've ever bought an article of clothing for myself in my life, but she doesn't dictate. She just makes sure there's cool shit in the closet, and she makes sure that less cool stuff gets thrown away.
Of course. You're on the clock until we release you back into the world.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're out there tonight, do you have any plans to do any little magic or
You
anything?
know
like
what? I thought about it, but it's not about me. And this is it became tradition back in the early days of PAX to, fill the time. I thought, like, people don't want to watch a panel for an hour and have people sit behind chairs. Maybe we should entertain people. So I try to work the themes into something entertaining, and I'm using my past life as a magician for that. But tonight, there's no shortage of entertainment out there.
No,
we got
there's
freaking
not.
Cage the Elephant in the house.
Yeah.
We got freaking Mixmaster Mike in the house, and we got there's some crazy stuff. But I mean, look, for everybody here, they're gonna have a great time. If you guys at home, you're gonna see stuff that hasn't been out yet, I guess, and we're talking behind the scenes. So I don't know. While I'm here, what do you want to pull out of me?
Which it actually that's
I'm not on a leash. Dan gave me no.
there's no set guidelines here, right?
walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
So-
you know what you're doing, just have fun. I'm like, oh, okay, you're gonna get in trouble, Dan. Be careful.
You know what? Then we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go straight for the
Yeah.
jugular and ask
Yeah.
this very specific question.
Yeah.
What is one thing that has not yet been featured in anything that we have seen so far that you are really excited for? See? You're thinking about it.
It's
Okay, you
it's
know
a
what
fun with a
though?
hard question.
The first thing that came to my mind, here's what's funny. It's not Dan that's making me nervous. It's not like the 2K marketing people. It's my commitment to Matt and Kayla.
Oh, because
And
they
the
don't like
team.
spoilers.
And I'm like, oh my God, I've been wanting to talk about this so much.
You're going. You want to do it.
I know,
I'm not going to say anything. I will not influence.
You know what? I'll say this though. We've done a lot of things, and it's not all like some of it's. I like everything we do, but I'll tell you sometimes we'll finish a game and I'll always like bring it to Christy, at Christage on Twitter if some of you follow my partner, and because she's, if anybody's, and this is hard to believe, I'm a crazy hardcore gamer. She's more hardcore than me.
Really?
Like she plays everything. Like if it's a AAA game especially, she's on day zero. She plays every single game, start to finish. And sometimes, like I remember when we finished Hell's Highway, and I brought a copy home. I brought like a build for her to play, and I sat down in the chair next to her, and she fired it up, and the opening credits start, and the opening cinematic starts, and then she like starts looking at her phone, and I'm just like, I just died. I literally started crying. And I think I may have thrown a little bit of a tantrum, but it's a failure, and look, it's a team effort, and not every game's for every person. A lot of people love the series, and a lot of people love that game, and I love that game, but that one didn't work for her. So she doesn't pull punches, like she does not suffer fools.
Okay. And
she will destroy me if things aren't right. It was this moment that I'm thinking of. She was playing alone in her office, and I heard the door slam, and there she was, and she says, "I think this might be the best thing you guys have ever done."
Really?
And I was just like, "Oh my God!" I was just yeah. I'm not going to spoil it though.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it. But look,
Do
here's
you
the thing.
think we will
It is
know
a
it when
video
it
game,
happens?
and it is a big, complicated video game. Don't please be easy on us. We put our hearts and souls in this, but we're humans, and there's decisions you make along the way. But and like for those of you that love Borderlands games, you're going to really be comfortable and familiar and be grateful for the commitment we make to the fundamentals there. For people that maybe you're not hardcore into that, and you're kind of hoping for a departure. This is a whole new universe and a whole new storyline and new characters and there's new gameplay, but it is very much in that style. So if you're looking for a whole new paradigm, we've played with some things and we've tried some things, but don't hold us to that lofty expectation. Also, look, we try to make games. Our mission's to entertain people. We don't. Every once in a while, people seem to the hoity-toity people seem to notice us and give us awards and stuff, but we don't. That's not why we do it. We do it for players, and we do it for entertainment. And some of this stuff is just stupid. It's just stupid. We're trying to make you feel, we're trying to make you laugh, we're trying to make you have a good time. We're not trying to impress, we're trying to make you entertained.
Yes. And I mean, you have a walking land shark. That's
yeah,
I'm going to say it's stupid, but it's stupid good,
A lot of them.
There's
a lot of land sharks. And yes, wait till you see the variety of that
amazing.
whole, that's
I honestly can't wait.
Randy, how excited are you for basically a whole new generation to experience Gearbox games? Because the rating for this game is a little bit younger, so a whole new group of people that have never been able to play, some of the more sort of higher rated or older rated games are going to get to play this. And
I'm thrilled. Thank you for asking that, Tess. We sat down at the beginning and I said, with this subject matter and what we have planned here, we don't have to go for M. What we've got planned, there's no constituents for trolls. There's no constituents for skeletons.
No.
Well,
maybe the American Medical Society.
There's no constituents for goblins. There's no constituents for land sharks, and there's no constituents for skeep. And we knew, if we just refrained from the F-bombs that we usually do, we're probably good to go. Games that are more there's been games that have done more, that have earned a T rating,
right?
That have pushed boundaries farther than this game does for that, and it didn't compromise the entertainment in any way. It just happened to be the nature of what we were doing, and so we sat down and we said, let's freaking go for it. And look, we're like big kids, and we're all just goofballs, so we kind of make, some of the things we do is really, we make games that we expect adults to be playing. So I don't know how well it's all going to work. It wasn't like we dumbed anything down, but I know that there's some people that would really like to play games like ours with their children. People that were 17 when Borderlands 1 came out have,
families of their own.
They have families of their own now, and they'd love to share that experience with the 4-player couch co-op, or we got split screen on consoles at launch, 4-player, and why not? And maybe the M-rated game, they're not quite ready for their 13-year-olds to hear F-bombs and get too much innuendo, but with this game, it's totally you can trust that it's going to be fine, and the ESRB is behind us.
It's going to be a wonderful time.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll create some new gamers with it.
We have to let you go. I am
that's
very
true.
upset. Oh, you're gonna
I
thing?
brought something for you guys.
Right. Thank you.
So it's a special occasion that we don't really do this very often. I've only done this a couple of times, but I have here a shift code for a diamond key for Borderlands 3. Can you zoom in on that? I hope it's not washed out. The middle is a JF WS5.
Yeah, the S5 is going to trip people up
Yeah,
there.
S5. I tried to be very distinct there. S5, not SS, and not 55. The middle is JFWS. But this, if you have a Shift account, you can register for free, of course, and you use a Shift code to get free stuff. And this diamond key is the most valuable thing in the game.
Yes, it is.
And we don't give these out. I've done it like 3 times, I think. Ever.
Yeah.
And so this is a special occasion. So here you go. Diamond key Shift code for Borderlands 3.
If you have not experienced the diamond room yet, the diamond chest room,
Oh my God.
Super
you
cool.
have,
You have
go
to.
in there.
It's the coolest
so good.
thing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I will be honest, I do cheat because it just feels so awesome. So I can give myself unlimited diamond keys.
Unbelievable.
But you know
it's
what?
fair.
I can
It's
be
fair.
shameless every once in a while.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
It is
It's
a
awesome
genuine
hanging out with
pleasure.
you
so
guys.
much. Thank
please,
you so much.
yes,
if
enjoy
I
the
could
party.
hug you through the window into the Wonderlands, I would.
I feel
but
it, Tess.
Thank
I
you.
feel it. And here's a virtual hug back.
Aw.
Oh,
Hugs and spirit.
thank you
Cheers,
so
you
much.
guys.
Thank you for being
Have
with
a
us.
great time at the party.
I can't wait. I'm excited to get back out there. Cheers,
Yes.
everybody.
Later. Man,
My heart is full.
on a personal note, I have wanted to have a conversation like that with Randy for probably the better part of 8 years. Maybe even longer, as long as I've been doing this and a fan of Gearbox games. So that by the way, that's real. Yes, that you're the best. Thank you. It was absolutely
Thank
incredible.
you.
Thank you. Moving right along, now that I'm done getting all the emotions out, let's transition over to one of our first trailers for the classes. In this case, we'll be showing off the Stabomancer and the Berserker.
My 2 favorites.
Welcome to the Wonderlands, a glorious fantasy realm chock full of shooting, looting, and mystical, magical, smelly stuff. When you traverse these splendorous lands, it'll be up to you, dear traveler, to class up and save the day. Perhaps you fancy your hand at Stabomancy. It's less magic and more a way of thinking. Specifically, how do I stab that guy? Mayhaps by tossing out an ethereal psychic ghost sword? Stabomancers are all about creating and capitalizing on opportunities. Vis-a-vis stabbing. Or should you prefer a less subtle approach, the Berserker is for you! See something? Smash it! See something else? Smash that! Unleash your frosty fury on foe after foe! Honestly, it's therapeutic. That's just a taste of what we've got in store for you. There are plenty more ways to play. Whatever your poison, we've got you covered. Welcome to the Wonderland!
I like how we were just
Okay.
sitting here and bopping.
Yes. Also, I can't choose one of those classes. They're both amazing. They're both so good. Stabomancer, Berserker. They're so fun. They both look so fun. I'm just gonna have to play both.
And
It's the only answer.
The Stabomancer highlights magic usage in such a unique and different way. It's not like, oh,
Yes.
here's a meteor. It's, oh, here's a bunch of blades that I'm going to chop you up with. It's going to be absolutely wonderful.
It's so satisfying to play. Oh my god, that is the one thing that I will say for all of the classes that I've gotten to try so far, which is not all of them, but it's a good few. They all feel so satisfying. The combat is so well tuned and like precise. So when you stab something with your melee weapon or when you use an ability as a Stabomancer, the audio effects and the timing and the visuals, everything just comes together with this oomph that, oh, it's just amazing. It's amazing. But the Berserker also is just such a fun class to play. They're all so good.
Speaking of, though, this is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and we would be remiss if we didn't feature some of the Wonderland's cosplayers. So without further ado, let us go ahead and bring on our first cosplayer.
I'm so excited.
Hi.
Hey!
Bold of you to assume I can sit.
You know what? That's very. Whoa. Are you good?
Wow.
And now you're in. I'm Mitsu.
guys-
I don't believe we've
Hi.
met. You are?
I am Jennifer, also known as Goldvester Cosplay.
Cool. Thank you for coming on and talking with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Is that, I'm going to take a guess. Actually, you know what? Tess, I think you
Hi.
know, is it a berserker?
I think so. I think that's a berserker,
Berserker?
right?
That's right.
Right?
It's-
Oh my
it's
God.
excellent.
It's so nice to meet you. I'm Tess, and I am a cosplay wannabe. I just admire what you guys do so much. It's so beyond. It's like, I mean, I'm here in the Wonderlands, and it's like you could be one of the characters that I've run around with. You literally step out of the game and give these characters life in the real world, and it's incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How long did it take to make that outfit?
I made it over the course of about 4 weekends. So
Wow, that's
yeah.
it?
That's dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely committed to it, and I ran into a few roadblocks, but I MacGyvered it and I figured it out. So
It seems like everything with cosplay at that level has to be MacGyvered kind
yeah,
of in a
yeah,
way.
it's part of the process.
It's so amazing. Even the detail, like you've got all of the sort of comic style inked sort of shading look of the Wonderlands and the Borderlands, and you've got these little spikes on your
Yes.
shoulders. That looks so detailed and amazing.
Thank you. I hand painted the entire thing. Most of it is made out of foam, but yeah, then I go through and I hand paint literally the entire thing with usually using the tiniest paintbrushes that I can find.
I was going to ask, because
incredible.
we're short on time, but what is one thing that you do, or how do you get in the mind, the headset, or headspace, rather, of the character that you portray? Because cosplaying, it's not just about the look, it's how you carry yourself when you're doing it. So how do you get into that mind space?
Yeah, I mean, all the characters are pretty, I mean, they have a lot of attitude.
They do.
So yeah, it's kind of important to try to, you know, try to get into that mindset of being a little sassy, having a little bit of attitude.
Yeah.
And then I love the game so much. They mean so much to me. It's how I met my husband. It's how I met all my friends. So it means a lot to me to be able to portray those characters in any way that I can.
And thank you for
You
sharing
do
that
it
with
so
us.
beautifully.
You do. So thank you again for coming and talking with us. Go, enjoy the party.
Yeah, I
Have
will.
fun. Please, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Oh wait, we have to figure out how we're going to get you up.
Oh, I can do it.
Oh, you're good?
I can do
okay,
it.
because getting down was a bit of a problem. I remember that.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So, next up on our... sorry, it took me a second. I really love a good cosplay.
Yes.
One of the nice things that we're going to have on our show today is we're actually going to be speaking with several universities. Some people have actually had a chance to play certain demo versions, and we're going to be talking with our friends at Michigan State.
Hi, yeah, you're talking with Eric.
Hello,
Hi,
coincidentally.
Eric.
Wait, no,
Hi,
hi.
how
Oh,
you
wait,
guys
are we
doing?
that? Yeah, well, we're great. How are you?
Oh, we're doing awesome.
So, let's get right to it. How did you enjoy your experience in the Wonderlands?
When I played the demo, oh my god, I was having so much fun. It's been so long. It's been a hot minute since Borderlands 3 for me, so I was having a ton of fun getting back into the chaos. Alex, how'd you feel about the demo?
I personally haven't played it, but from what I saw, it looks like a natural evolution of what happened in Borderlands 3, and I can't wait to see more.
That was a good way of putting it. It's
Yes.
a iterative, you know, it's an evolution on the franchise, but it's going in this whole new direction too.
Yes.
What do you feel about this new idea, this high fantasy concept, when blended with the style that you are familiar with in these games?
I love taking the kind of Borderlands formula and putting it in this new kind of pair of shoes to give it this new look and new feel and a whole new adventure. I really love the kind of fantasy style aspect that it's going for, and I'm super excited to see more of it.
Yeah, and I mean, crossbows. I cannot believe they brought crossbows into the game. Did you have a chance to try one?
No, not yet.
No?
I was too busy I love I've always been a fan of the looter shooter aspect, so the guns always just draw me and see how bombastic I can get. But I'll definitely be on the lookout for that one, the crossbows.
Yeah,
I am
highly
a big
recommend.
gun fan, but I'm telling you, the crossbows are something else. And you can actually have a crossbow like part on a bunch of different kinds of guns. So whatever your favorite is, you can crossbow it up. So just, when you get a chance, try it. Let us know what you think.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be on the lookout for one of those.
I should ask then, which class did you play?
I believe I was experimenting around with the ghost blades. I know that, and I believe the sword, the bladeomancer or something like that.
Stabomancer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stabomancer. Sorry, the name
Stabomancer.
was slipping me for a bit.
It's because it's its own unique word, right?
Yeah,
We've
So
never
trying
done
to-
oh
trying to piece
Stabomancer.
the word back together.
There's
I'm like,
magic, there's stabbing.
yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
definitely the kind of combination between the kind of fantasy and kind of sci-fi-esque is very interesting sometimes. So it's very jarring at sometimes.
I believe that.
That's really cool. Hey, speaking of jarring, you guys got to meet Jar, right?
Yes.
A super cute little goblin friend.
Yes, a very, very adorable guy. Always happy to help him.
Yeah, Jar
Jar-
was amazing.
Jar
we were,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, it is our time. We're going to have to let you go. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing some of your love of Wonderlands. Honestly, we just can't wait for everybody to get the game. And, we hope they have an experience very similar to yours, because it sounds like you had a lot of fun with it.
Yes, I had a ton of fun trying out. I'm very excited for it to come out. Thank
Cool.
you guys for talking with us.
Thank you
for
so
taking the
much
time.
for chatting with us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wonderful. So, I didn't actually know up until a few days ago that the universities had been receiving they're not advanced copies, they're just these demos. I feel like it's akin probably to something that we've played, right?
I think it is actually the same demo that we got to play, I want to say a few weeks ago. It was a little while ago, not very long ago. But it was basically a side mission. It's a side story with its own little side quests. So that's what they played, and we've played it a little bit, and it was so much fun. So I'm so excited to hear from the community. I think we're about to hear from Carnegie Mellon as
That
well.
is correct. Carnegie Mellon, are you there?
I am.
Hello. Would you like to introduce yourself to everybody real quick?
Yeah, I'm James. I'm here at Carnegie Mellon's Entertainment Technology Center, where we're hosting a launch party for the new title.
That is
Cool.
awesome. So
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
let's get right into it. What were some of your first thoughts as you were going through the Wonderlands?
So some of my first thoughts, as somebody who's been playing the series for a while, is it feels at home, kind of like something that we've seen before, but at the same time, there's so much new to discover. You're in a different environment, and that's really cool to kind of be, returning to something great, but also building up something new.
Exactly. We've heard it before already, right? Iterative. They're very clearly building something. And what you've played, it sounds like, I'm trying to find the right words for it. You were able to see in your mind the progression of how Gearbox has come to do this. And while you were experiencing the game, right? Did it feel like at any point this was not the right fit?
So for me, I felt like this was a really cool new direction.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was something where a lot of the mechanics were relatively easy to pick up because they were just, it was this, but just with a little twist. And that for me felt like it was going in a new direction, but again, not something that I was wary of. It felt like something that was going to be really cool to explore.
And
That's so awesome.
what did you think of, and this isn't something I don't believe that we got to really play around with, but what did you think of this new overworld that they're introducing to the game?
So I think it's going to be really interesting. I don't believe that was something I got to experience in the build that I've played, but again, from the build that I played, I'm so excited to latch on to more and get to explore that too.
Yeah. And to that aim, what character did you play, or what class I should say actually now?
So I actually played as both classes. I originally played as the Graveborn, and then after that playthrough, I decided to do a playthrough of the build as the Stabomancer.
Nice.
And yeah, I thought it was really cool. I thought that they played in very different ways, just based on the specs that I had done, and it was really exciting to get to try both of them.
That's really cool. Do you have a favorite, and do you know which one you think you're going to maybe start with when the game launches?
So, of the two that I got to play, my favorite was probably the Stabomancer. I really liked some of the individual abilities, and being able to really crank up and do more damage, especially as, again, for this build, I was doing a solo playthrough. I really like to be able to just turn up and do a lot of damage.
That's really cool to hear. I know that this game, like all the other, awesome Borderlands games, is going to be all about co-op and cooperation. You can play whichever way you prefer. You can play with your friends, or you can play solo. So it's 100% viable to play however you want, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to watch anybody else play and get what were some of the reactions of everybody around there, right?
Yeah, so I was able to watch a few other people play as well, and it was interesting seeing how different people played the game, whether that was because they were new to the Borderlands and the Wonderlands as a whole, or just because they were experienced but decided to go in a different way. So I was all about some of the collectibles in the game and would try to scour every nook and cranny, and then other players were just rushing through to complete the quests. And both play styles are valid.
Yeah, well, that's the concept behind the series, right? You play how you want, and now with all the new classes, everything has opened up in completely new and creative ways. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. We release you to go enjoy your launch party over there, and thank you again, seriously, for everything that you're doing in supporting.
Thank
you so
much.
much for having us.
Yeah,
thank you.
Genuine
Have
pleasure.
fun playing.
Yeah. Oh, right. There's one other thing. Yes, that controller. I had almost
yes.
forgotten. Yes. Do you want to just show that off real quick for the people?
Yeah, here I'll show it one more time. It was a little sneak peek, but here's
Yeah. And
one of the things we're going to be wrapping off tonight.
that is correct. And we're actually going to do an unboxing live here of that too. So you got to
so
prime the pump for
pretty.
that one. I'm a little envious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's gorgeous. We haven't seen it in person. Well, I haven't seen it in person, actually. Mitsu has. But it's beautiful.
It is indeed. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time. Enjoy the party.
Thank you.
Cool. So next on our tour of the Wonderlands, we're going to actually show off some concept art, which I'm really excited for. The test.
Yes.
This is your department, my friend.
Yes. Oh my God. Concept art is so amazing to me to see because it kind of gives us a window into the mind of the devs while they were working on it. And there's so much beauty here. There's characters that we get to have as sort of pets or companions as we play through, like this one. And there's
That's the lich for the Graveborn, I believe, right?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And there's concept art for, I think is that the Dragon Lord?
It might be. That dude looks
Beautiful.
intense. Holy
There's
moly.
so much detail. Oh my God. And it feeds my fantasy loving heart. It really does. I've played so much D&D in the last year and a half, especially with the roleplay show that I do, and seeing this stuff, seeing pirates and goblins.
A little
and
goblin pirate. That's
I
really
know.
cool.
Oh, this one reminds me of Jar. Jar was
Oh, there
such
we
a
go.
sweetheart. Following her around and getting to help her liberate her people was just like the best little demo experience ever. And it was actually a really big experience. And it's a side quest. It's so cool.
So
Look at this.
I
old
know you
world
love Jar, by the
clothing.
way, but I have a bone to pick with Jar. And
do?
after the game comes out, everybody will know why. People who've already played the demo know why, and people who follow my Twitter know why. But anyway, yes, the art is one. What is that? Looks what?
Ooh.
That little with that little circular.
Rolls
what gizmo is
in
that?
a backpack?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Look at
I
this
love
cowboy
that.
guy.
Oh my God. I love how they just blend so many things.
Yes.
It's like they take inspiration from, oh my God, the shark. I love it so much. It's like they take inspiration from everything out there, all of the genres, all of the, history and all of the different kinds of media that we're used to seeing and being bombarded with. And they turn it on its head and they do things with it that you'd never even imagine, but they come up with these amazing, fantastical things, and they've always done that, but they could take it so much further with Wonderlands because it's fantasy.
Yeah.
It's the mind of the amazing and absolutely bonkers Tina. So anything is possible. I think this is the Graveborn concept art.
That's
I'm
very
guessing it
cool.
looks very necromancer-y, druid-y, and amazing.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like the visor too.
Yeah, it's like sci-fi and fantasy all in one. Oh my God, the purple. I love it so much. I love, love, love the style that they've chosen for this game. Also, so this concept art is all for characters and it's amazing and gorgeous.
Yes.
But the world itself, I mean, I'm here literally in the Wonderlands right now, and the world itself is a little bit different. It's not, oh my God, the shroom booty. It's the best. It's the best.
Wait, that was the concept art for how the head, wait, that is actually how the head opens, right? Like it like pops open and the shroom, like the tip of the shroom itself is actually the mouth. That's scary.
That's
Jeez.
terrifying, and it makes me think of mimics, and it makes my very, very fantasy-focused heart happy.
Yes. Big
the
time.
books.
Oh, look at the books, the tomes. The ones
Oh
on
my
the
God,
right
there's
especially.
so much
Holy moly.
detail and the colors. These are beautiful. I really, really hope they come out with some kind of like art book. I would love to see that and just have that, or art prints that we could hang in our homes. That would be amazing. I know this looks like something we maybe might see from a cosplayer at some point.
I hope
That would be
so.
so
I would love
cool.
to see a big freaking hammer show up here. That'd
Yeah,
be amazing.
oh my God,
Oh.
a stallion.
I think is that right behind me? Yes, it is. That is literally right behind me.
So cool. Seriously, this concept art is incredible. It's very fantasy, but it definitely has a little bit of that sci-fi that we've sort of come to know and love. And it's just, it's all the things that make us, as, you know, as Randy said, we're all geeks and nerds and we love this stuff. We all kind of thrive in these wonderlands, right? The lands of wonder where anything is possible. It's so amazing that we get to visit them with, you know, thanks to Gearbox.
It's the absolute coolest. And, you know, what's nice about being here in Dallas is we actually can talk with some of the folks at Gearbox. Much like we have with Randy, we're actually going to bring on Adam May to come talk a little bit more about some of these wonderful concepts. There you go. Hey,
Hey,
welcome
how are
to the
you?
program. Either or is fine.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I get confused
Hi,
sometimes because
Adam.
some people are the handshake and some people are the fist bump. So.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
whatever I can get. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show
I'll
and talking with
wave
us.
from the lands of the wonderlands and beyond.
Hi, Tess.
This is probably completely normal for somebody at Gearbox, by the way.
Yeah,
'Cause
this
you all,
is how
you're all
we
such
do
a
it
whimsical
now.
lot, right?
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
this too. This is all of our meetings and everything now. So, yeah.
Yeah, right. This is
perfect,
completely
yeah.
natural. Thank you
Totally
again for
normal.
coming on the show and talking with us today. You know, oh boy, Tess. I mean, that concept art, right?
Yes, it's so, so, so beautiful. Seriously, thank you so much for making this incredible place and the incredible characters that inhabit it. We all appreciate it so much.
Oh, thank you.
We have a couple of questions for you, if that's
do.
okay.
Yeah, I love it.
So we know that D&D, which is something I absolutely adore, plays a large role in the inspiration for this game. You guys have also come out with, you know, Bunkers and Badasses and the trivia trove, which is like an addition to that, and it inspired sort of the original DLC. You know, Tina was DMing a D&D game basically, right? And so that was the inspiration. What else inspired the overall art direction? Because there's so much fantasy here, but there's a little bit of sci-fi here and there, and it looks amazing. There's so many elements from everything here. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, that's a good question. The game is so big too. We knew early on it was really important for us that the players feel like they really go someplace. They go on like an adventure, and so the world is like really, really big and really, really sprawling. So it's hard to like narrow it down to just like one inspiration. But I'd say for Overworld specifically, I loved playing Final Fantasy when I was young. The overworld that they had there, and like Final Fantasy VII, we actually get to go out and explore the whole world. That was a big inspiration for our overworld. And then the beginning of the game, I'd say probably Lord of the Rings was actually, like, we wanted to start in something that felt real classic and like natural, something that people had experienced and felt comfortable in. And then we just take it and get weirder and wilder with it as we go. And one other, I shouldn't say the last inspiration. I don't want to give away too much of the game, so like, I'll add the last
really?
one, but yeah, Yeah,
Fair.
there gets to be some weird and unusual things you wouldn't expect to see in a fantasy game by the end.
We're
You
trying
guys
so hard
gearboxed
to just get
fantasy
stuff.
and D&D, and it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
gearboxed should be a verb, by the way, because you guys just do things that I don't think anybody ever expected, and it's so awesome.
Yeah, the idea of like guns in a fantasy game, it all sounded crazy to us at first, but it felt so good and it was so much fun that, yeah, it seemed like it was supposed to be.
Yeah. And Tina explains it best, right?
Yeah,
Why
right?
why are there guns in the game? Just shut up and play.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause
Why
they're
not?
supposed to be.
Yeah, enjoy the ride.
Yep.
So you talk a lot about those sources of inspiration, but I imagine there must have been some challenges in the design process.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was COVID. I guess was probably the biggest.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest complication. This is the first game we actually really had to develop remotely, which was a very new thing for us. So like this party where we're getting to celebrate Wonderlands is the first time I've met face to face people that I've been working with it for years now. So yeah, that was probably the most challenging part about it. But like everybody came together really well. Yeah, the game really does speak for itself. I can't imagine how it could have been any better, but that definitely made it like a new experience for all of us. So.
It definitely seems like you've taken that high fantasy concept and just ran with it and found nice places to throw back to some of the more staple stuff in the series.
Yeah.
So it's new but familiar.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly what we wanted. Yeah, and it is especially. I don't know how much have you guys actually played all the way through.
A little
yet,
bit.
or-
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
we've
Not all of
played
it, but just
a little
bit.
Apparently, what we played was just a small side area, so it wasn't even involved in any of the main quest or anything. So we've experienced.
I might have played a little tiny bit more.
Oh,
Yeah?
oh, that's right.
Just a tiny bit.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've experienced, well, sort of. It's not really a spoiler. I think I'm allowed to say that I have experienced the character customization. And oh my god, it's so awesome and it's so fantasy and it's so essential to anything, likened to a D&D experience. And it's, I just want to say thank you so much for making that.
I'm so glad you like it. Yeah, that was another
amazing.
huge undertaking for us. That was the first time we ever done that. It's always been traditional like characters in our games. I actually was a character artist at Gearbox, so I made like the original characters before I was art director there. And so this was the first time we wanted to leave that up to players. We always thought it felt natural and it fit in our games, but it wasn't quite the right fit until we did something real full fantasy like this.
Oh yeah.
So cool.
We unfortunately going to have to let you go very, very soon. But just real quick, I did want to ask, what were some of the characters that you worked on?
Oh, I made all the playable characters in Borderlands 1 and 2. So Brick, Salvador, Roland, Lilith, Maya, a lot of the big monsters, enemies, that kind of stuff. So
You're the guy.
my reps.
You are the guy.
yeah,
The
it was
guy.
awesome.
Thank you, Adam.
So you're
Thank you so much.
responsible for my blue hair is basically what you're
Really?
saying.
That's outstanding.
That is actually
Yes.
true, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
you'd be the one. Thank you again so
Yeah.
much for taking the
Thank
time.
you.
We appreciate it. Go enjoy the
Thank
party.
you so much.
it was nice meeting you guys. Bye.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you as well. Oh boy. All right. I need to level out a little bit after
Yes,
all of
that was so fun.
So what do you say we show the people the Clawbringer and the spell shot next, huh?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it up.
Welcome to the Wonderlands, your one-stop shop for bullets, broadswords, and blasting the butts off a wave bulbous baddies. There's loads of loot to be had, so go on and get your adventuring boots on and pick yourself a bonny wee class. If it's magic you fancy, the spell shot's for you. She pairs the mystic art of wizardry with the regular art of bullets. Armed with 2 fistfuls of spells, you'll rain down fire, ice, and all the grey hells. Or you can just turn them into escape. But if it's a hammering you're after, a hammering you shall get. Clawbringers come from a proud and ancient order of warriors. But more importantly, they've got a cute wee dragon who follows them everywhere. With one mighty blow, they can clear out a room quick as you like. Or hurl their hammer like a vengeful god. Best part is when they pull it, it comes flying back. Zip! Woo! Love that part. But that's just a peek at the many delights that await you. Come and get it! Welcome to the Wonderlands!
Hey, Tess.
Yes, Mitsu?
I managed to pull a few strings, and look what I found.
Ooh, what is that?
This
a little
is
hard for me to see.
It's a little hard, but if we can, I'll try and hold it a little bit closer.
The controller.
The controller. Yes, it's finally here,
so
and
pretty.
I'm being totally unprofessional and like scratching my mic, but that's okay, at least for a little bit. So yeah, this is the official Tiny Tina's Wonderlands controller, and I am going to open it now, which I'm very nervous in doing, which is why my hands are shaking.
Oh my god, it's actually purple. Okay, so I
Yes.
didn't realize that it was purple on the underside. That's so cool.
Yep. So here it is.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Made by, I believe, Power A, who they do a lot of custom controllers like that. And so this is, I love this. I'm gonna stop looking at it. I think the people should be the ones to look at it, because look at this thing.
It's so beautiful. So there's a Tina, and there's some blue things, and there's some purple things, and the whole underside is purple.
Yeah.
Black and purple, by the way, are like the most beautiful things, the most beautiful combination of colors.
It's so there's what is that? I think that's a D20, and then there's a D6, D12. Yeah, so it's
Oh
it's
my
got all the
God.
cool B&B aspects to it. Literally everything that you see here on the table
My
strewn in front
tabletop
of me.
RPG loving heart. It's very happy. That's so cool.
And that is why I knew I had to get it for you. So
Thank
there
you.
it is.
So cool.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it, right? So I think you'll really like the Tina on it. She's holding one of those tomes. Remember from the concept art that you saw? It's not the exact,
Yes.
it's one of the more smooth, but yeah, it was like a gold one. So
Oh my god, so cool.
yeah, I
So
like it a
cool.
lot.
For all of you guys playing, so I believe it's an Xbox controller, right? So you can use it with your Xbox, or you can use it with your PC as well. It'll work, right?
That is the truth. And it even has
really
two programmable, customizable buttons under here as well. So
That's so awesome. Oh my god.
You know what?
Amazing.
we have Tina in a controller. I think it's time we have Tina in real life, don't you, Tess?
Well, yeah. Really? That would be amazing.
What? I wasn't. What? You think I'm just gonna pull your leg like that? We're here at the Borderland or the Wonderlands party. See, that's my one screw off, and I get to do it. But you know what? It's all worth it because next up we have. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh boy. Are you okay?
Oh.
We're saying this, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think you're ready for what you're about to witness.
Oh my god.
Tess, you are not, and then the people are gonna lose their minds too.
Oh my god.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Come on. For those who are
Tina!
unfamiliar, yes.
Oh my god, it's Tina. It's actually Tina. Oh my gosh. Wow.
For those who are
That
unfamiliar,
hammer.
yeah. Would you like to just introduce yourself real quick, because the people should know who is
I'm
Tina.
actually in awe right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Jesselyn Cupcake. I'm a Borderlands cosplayer, and I love Tiny Tina.
I had a feeling.
Beautiful,
Did you?
amazing Tina. I'm in the Wonderlands, but I feel like you literally just stepped out from right beside me into the real world. I'm in awe. I'm just in awe. Seriously, it's incredible because I know you're a real person on camera, but it looks like you're her in the video game. It's just mind blowing. Like the way that the art, the inked style, everything. Wow.
That means a lot to me, Tess. Thank you.
Seriously, it's so incredible. I mean, I'm like a wannabe cosplayer. I do little sort of closet cosplays because I could do them on camera and it looks cool for stream. But what you guys do is so amazing. I mean, you made this from scratch. You drew everything and sewed everything. How long did this take you?
So that's a funny question because I did not time this build in any way. I just lost track. But I made the entire costume part in probably about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. The hammer, that's probably about 100 hours worth of work that I did over about 3 weeks.
When we were talking
Wow.
yesterday, You said that you'd have some issues with the hammer. Something was wrong with the lighting?
Yeah, I figured it out this morning.
Excellent. Oh!
She lights
So
up.
there's lighting inside, and you actually soldered that and made it all work. And
Yep.
Wow.
It's just completely wired. It also does come apart. So I have to rewire it almost every time that I take it apart.
Oof.
It has a little button so it turns on and off. It turns different colors when it wants to. So it can be like yellow.
I'm sorry. I'm just like watching this happen in real time. Like I'm gonna touch it because it's actually I thought it was made of something different. It's very light actually.
Yeah,
right?
it's like probably only like 8 or 9 pounds.
Wow. I am
That's it?
genuinely.
Wow.
I assume that was probably. See, you take it. Definitely take it. Wait, people are like, what? How did?
Oh, hello.
There's cosplay happening over here.
There is indeed. Would you like to have a seat and have a conversation with us for a little bit?
I'm just gonna go ahead and crash this whole party.
Oh, okay.
Why, thank you so much.
Hello, Kayla.
Hi.
How are you?
It's
Doing
so nice
great.
to
How's everybody
virtually
doing?
meet you.
Tessa's virtually meeting you, and she's losing her mind.
Hi, Tess.
Hi.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think of this?
Absolutely stunning. Like, I don't know if y'all can appreciate the detail that I am seeing here, and knowing, like, working with these assets every day and seeing what the artists do, how absolutely perfection this is. The highlights, the lowlights, the hand inking, all of the material reads, just absolutely fantastic job.
Thank you. That means so much to me. I just always want people to just like my cosplay. That's like, it warms my heart. I get so excited when other people are excited to see me.
This is going beyond like, though. I mean,
honestly,
it
it's
sounds like
so
you're very
incredible.
taken with this cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
It is like, just every time I look at it, there's a little detail that I know somebody took the time to put in, to sculpt, to hand paint. You know, these characters take our artists weeks to make, which is nothing compared to the hundreds of hours that I'm sure you spent just sanding. But
Yeah.
seeing it in real life is just absolutely amazing. And everything from the proportions down to all of the little greebles, just perfection. Love it. Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So, translating what we kind of do from the 2D to the 3D, or fake 3D to the IRL 3D, how do you go about like approaching the painting process?
So I try to always have at least 3 colors. So a base color, a darker color, a lighter color, and then you have your blacks and your like white highlights. There's no rhyme or reason to the way I do it. I kind of think of like, if there's a light source somewhere, where would the darker parts be? Where would the lighter parts be after you lay down a base coat of whatever color you want it to be? And the last thing though is to put those little white highlights and the black lines. And then like, sometimes you look at it and you're like, this is ugly. The minute that you put those black lines and highlights on, it pops and it's beautiful. And you're like, wow, I made this and it looks fake.
It's unbelievable how much passion
incredible.
goes into all the work that you do. And thank you for coming here and sharing that with all of us today.
Absolutely.
It means the world. We release you. Please go enjoy the party. Kayla, we would love to talk with you a little bit more if you would join us for a bit.
Yeah, I'm already here.
Exactly.
So scoot on down, say hi.
Thank you so much.
I love your
it's so
tiara,
nice
by the
to
way.
meet you. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
beautiful.
Thank you so much.
It
A
is.
friend sent it to me a couple days before the party, and she's like, no obligation. You don't have to wear it. I was like, send me a crown.
Your dress as well. The whole combo
hear
is
Tess.
amazing.
Oh. Tess says your
no.
dress is very is very lovely.
Thank
so I'll put it
you.
that way. Yes. That's okay. We'll play a little relay for a minute then.
All right, cool.
In that case, I'll open the floor and ask you this. How long have you worked at Gearbox now?
Almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years a little later this spring.
Jesus. 6 years. And in that time, you've become this producer. What exactly are some of the roles and responsibilities of a producer for a video game such as that?
So I am the senior producer for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So primarily, the short, high-level version is that my job is to make sure that the game comes out on time, at a reasonably high quality, and that everybody makes it through. Like, looking out for people's well-being is definitely a part of that job.
And that's the high level. I compare it a lot to an air traffic controller because it's a lot of making sure the communication's happening, things are happening in the right order, that if there is an inefficiency or something damaging in the process, that no planes crash, that everyone has what they need to continue working and moving forward through the project.
You're far more driven than I, because that requires a level of like mastery in putting things in places that I'm a chaos mess. So thank you for doing all of that for people. It is amazing. So, to that end, what is one piece of advice that you can give for somebody who's trying to, get their foot in the door in AAA design?
So there are so many ways to get into the industry, and a lot of people think that it's just QA, and QA is a fantastic way, absolutely 100%, and it gets you a lot of design experience, gets you a foot in the door, but that's not the only way. I came in through administration. I was a personal assistant at Irrational Games, and I worked for the director of product production and the VP of production respectively. And I just sat there and absorbed as much as I could. And they invited me to learn the trade. And I went from, making sandwiches and coffee and taking notes in meetings to still taking notes in meetings, but, running the meetings and getting a chance to try pipeline production. And then from there, just being able to leverage that into a whole career. So even if you don't have all of the money for school, or you can't finish, or you can't get into a QA, definitely try. Multiple producers I know have come out through administration. Even a couple of our concept artists have. Anything to get your foot in the door. If you're really driven and you meet the right people and you find some mentors, definitely try, 100%.
There are a lot of opportunities opening up at Gearbox, if I recall. I always see people talking about the new listings being posted, always recruiting.
Absolutely, we are always hiring. Definitely check out our careers at gearboxsoftware.com. Final project time, very hectic. It's the same in game development, so good practice there, but keep checking out on our page because we definitely always need people, fresh faces.
That's right, and now you've got a Embracer backing y'all too. That's always good to see. So they're giving me the wrap-up sign, but before you go, I did want to ask real quick, what class are you excited to play in Wonderlands?
So I am a hardcore Spore Warden stan. Like, I will main it and not even multi-class. Sometimes I go double Spore Warden just because I love that class so much. I love the mushroom. I am a Night Elf Hunter Ranger class in D&D from way back. So anything with a bow and arrow and an adorable pet companion, absolutely my favorite. And then when I do multi-class on the Spore Warden, I usually pair that with the Grave Ward. Real fun combo.
Unbelievable. I know, Tess, I know you love that mushroom booty, so.
So much.
Yeah.
So much.
So it's going to be wonderful.
Seriously, it's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming and taking the time to speak with us, especially during the party. We, as I like to say now, we release you. Go have fun, enjoy your party. You are dressed like a queen and you deserve it so.
Thank you so much. It was so great being here with you guys tonight. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, we appreciate you too. Have fun.
Cheers.
Yay. So, live production. So, either way, what we're going to do now is bring on our next guest, who is actually somebody I've been looking forward to talking with for a very, very, very long time. Ever since I started working with 2K. This man is almost synonymous with it. Ronnie 2K, welcome to the show.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I am phenomenal. How are you?
I'm so excited to be here in Dallas and back with our friends at Gearbox. It's so fun to be here.
Oh, thank you for taking the time.
Hello.
Of course. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm hanging out in the Wonderlands. It's very, very nice to finally talk with you. I love your jacket so
I
much.
appreciate it.
Yes.
I thought I'd come dressed for the occasion. Obviously, the Wonderlands and the imagination of the colors and everything that's brilliant about the land, I thought I'd have to come correct.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
And the shirt under it matches
too.
too.
Great job.
We'll talk about that shirt later. I imagine.
Okay.
Yes. But one of the nice things about Wonderlands is you can play it so many different ways and with so many different people now. And one of the things that we just heard about the other day, Randy had the ability to finally let the world know crossplay is happening across every single platform.
Yep.
More or less. How do you feel about that?
I think that's amazing, being able to allow people to not be limited in the way that they're going to partner with people. I mean, that's what the great thing about this franchise is that you get to play with your friends no matter where they are in the world, whether they're on the couch or whether they're, anywhere, and being able to do that cross-platform is very cool.
Yeah.
Yes. So which platform are you going to start with?
I'm on PS5, so you'll be able to see me out
perfect.
there. I'm really excited to get my character started.
Well, I was going to say I'm upset because my wife has the PS5 right now.
Yeah.
And then I remembered, wait, we have crossplay.
You can play, and we can still play.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We can all play together.
That's
it's
right.
so awesome.
What classes are you guys playing? I'm sure you've talked about this ad nauseum this entire broadcast, but I'd love to hear about it.
I can't choose. There's so many
There
good
are a lot of
classes.
options.
It's really hard. I think I know what my second class is going to be. I think it's probably going to be Spell Shot. But my first class, I don't know. Berserker, Stabomancer, Clawbringer.
That's an interesting combo. I like that.
Yeah. It's really. I mean, I know I'm going to end up playing through multiple different classes along the line at some point, but I don't know which one to start with, and that one is so important. Your first experience.
100%. What about you?
Oh boy. So I definitely think Spell Shot might be the way to go. And the reason is because when I actually got a chance to use spells in the game, and I didn't have a chance to actually play Spell Shot, but when I actually used spells in the game, they feel so good.
Yeah, and being able to double up on it as a spell shot is incredible. That's where I was going too. So
really,
I feel 100%. I've talked about it. Everybody has been encouraging me. They're like, they've seen my play style in previous games, and they're like, that just makes sense for what I want to do. So I'm really excited. I'm so excited to dive in next Friday.
Yeah. Oh well, my God.
So cool.
I know it's here.
It's here.
It's been a crazy month. We just launched WWE. That's I just came from a WWE event this past Friday. And now here we are launching another game at 2K this next Friday. But everybody at the office is buzzing, so excited that it's finally time to dive into the Wonderlands.
Right. It is.
So
it's
cool.
finally here.
Yeah.
And you are here too, which means there's a party going on that we do not want to keep you from. So please go enjoy it. Ronnie, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. And by the way, I did an unboxing of the treasure trove.
Really?
Everybody's got to pick that up. It's like super cool to be able to have Bunkers of Badasses and the castle that you can build, of course, in Brighthoof and the plushie. Definitely want to pick that up.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because we will be unboxing
It's
that one right there later on today, and you're all going to want to see
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for
Ronnie.
having
It was
me. Always
super
good to see
nice
you.
to
The
meet
genuine pleasure.
See you guys later.
Oh man. And now he gets to enjoy the party, and I get to enjoy all of you. I still think I might have it better. Oh, and I get to enjoy you too, Tess. Hi.
Hi.
How is everything going over there in the Wonderlands?
They're great. There's I think that's a hot air balloon flying past the moon. Honestly, this place is so beautiful. One of the things that I think hasn't actually been talked about a whole lot is the environments in the Wonderlands. I love the Borderlands. I always have. They're beautiful. But the Wonderlands, they're a little different. They're a little more fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's hear about what some of the community members think, because they've gotten to play a little bit of demos. We have a university to talk to.
We do actually. We have Northeastern with us here. Northeastern, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Tess. Hi, Mitsu.
Cool.
Hi.
It's a pleasure. Would you like to introduce yourself real quick? Tell us a little bit about your university.
Yeah, sure. My name is Rafael Arias Torres. I'm a third year studying computer science and game development here at Northeastern. It's a combined major, which is super cool. Really grateful to have the opportunity to do this major. And yeah, we're located in Boston, and we have a games program here.
That's amazing. So, you know what? Let's ask. What were some of your first initial impressions as you were wandering around the Wonderlands?
Tess talked about this just now, but the environmental storytelling in the Wonderlands is fantastic. I just loved going around Mount Craw with Jar, and it was just amazing. I really liked it.
Everybody with Jar. I think I'm the only person who doesn't like Jar.
You don't like Jar?
You don't like Jar.
It's me. She started it.
Mitsu.
She started it.
Jar is great.
She says it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything else. That's all. But Jar and I will have some words. Anyway.
I think Jar is lovely, but if you're entitled to your opinion, but can we just talk about the beautiful snowy mountains that Jar and the goblins live in? I mean, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There's just they're just amazing. They're amazing. I'm so excited to see other environments too, because I really feel like you definitely still have that, Borderlandsy feel. There's absolutely still that inked art style that we've come to know and love. But there's something a little bit different about the environments. Obviously, there's more fantasy. There's these beautiful castles and beautiful old world architecture. But there's just something about the nature, something about the environments in general. Like, I agree with you. There's storytelling just with the level design, and it's so well done. Did you have like a favorite location or a favorite fight or a favorite class?
I love the village fight that we had to do as part of the demo. I think that was really cool, just because I also got to see land sharks there, and that was
Nice.
that I was very scared at first, but then my sniper rifle shotgun combo did them good.
You
So
sound like you had a
awesome.
lot of fun.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
What else really stuck out when you were going through? Because we experienced such a small fraction, right? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, this was just a small part of the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, but this was actually my introduction to the Borderlands series. So it was interesting to just see everything. But just definitely like the different classes. Like, I played as the Graveborn, and learning the skills that Graveborn has and having a companion was just all really interesting to me.
Graveborn,
So cool.
that was a character. It was a little bit of a struggle, honestly, to pick that one up, just because of the nature of how the health mechanics with the Graveborn.
Definitely.
Did you struggle with that, or did it kind of click for you
so
right away?
I died quite a bit during the demo. So I had to be, I was brought back to life multiple times. But I still really enjoyed the class, and I think I like a challenging game, and I definitely feel like the class was challenging, but I played the demo and I really enjoyed it.
We're so happy that you had a chance to do it. Tess, I know you've played a little bit more, but I don't know. I get so worked up thinking about how good this game is going to be, and you've experienced it. You've seen firsthand exactly how good this is. And I know we're running short, but I did want to ask one question real quick. Are you sticking with the Graveborn when you go into the Wonderlands for real?
I think so. I might try the spell shot, because I know everyone is talking about spell shot, and it's got me interested. So I might pick up spell shot too.
You could combine them. I feel like I've honestly only scratched the surface, because I have gotten to play a little bit more than that demo, but not much. And everything that I've seen so far has just been so cool. And Spellshot just seems amazing. I think a combo of Spellshot and literally anything else is going to be chef's kiss.
Spell shot and Graveborn it is then.
Wow, Tess, you convinced him.
Spellborn hype.
Spellborn, yeah. Oh wow, we get to do that too. So yes, again, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Please enjoy. I hope that you're having some sort of event, hanging out and doing whatever you're doing. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and look forward to, what is it, March 25th?
March 25th.
March
Mark it on
25th.
Calendars.
Cool. Thank you so much. Have fun.
Thank you, Mitsu. Thank you, Tess.
Bye.
I really love doing these interviews, by the way. I love being able to talk with everybody who's now experienced these small snippets of the game, and you can see and feel their excitement building every time.
The Wondercast is all about that. That's our whole sort of reason for being. We love connecting the community with the devs, and also connecting with the community as content creators.
And it's funny you mention that, because we have our next university. We actually are going to feature Savannah College of Art and Design. Savannah,
cool.
College of Art and Design. I'm going to say the whole thing. How you doing? Good, you can hear us. Excellent.
Yes, I hear you great.
How are you? Would you like to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about Savannah College of Art and Design?
Sure. I'm Julian Camarasa. I'm a senior here. I study game development. We make games. Tend to lean more on the art side. Actually, my senior thesis right now is basically ripping off the Borderlands style. We're using all the same tech, very similar aesthetic, but we have a lot of different stuff, a lot of great stuff.
That's awesome. So, you've had your time with the game. What are you thinking of it so far?
Having a really great time. So I got to play the Stabomancer during the demo, And I was really just surprised by how well the writers captured like the tabletop aesthetic. There's a lot of moments where you're like, oh, when I played D&D a few years ago, that exact same thing happened at my table. Just sort of awkwardisms and, you know, a lot of tabletop isms. It just really is a nostalgic kind of writing style. It's very, very odd and really great.
Really? We've heard so many different takes. That's such a new and unique perspective that we've not heard before on it. That's a very astute observation.
I had a great time with it. I mean, yeah, it really hit something for me.
What classes did you play? Did you play both of them, or like did you only have time
primarily
for one?
play the Stab-O-Mancer. I just wanted to play the crossbow. I like killing things, and it was working more for me.
Oh man, you said crossbows again.
Yes,
they're fun.
They feel so good. They're just so. Honestly, I think a lot of it is the sound design. I think part of it is definitely the visuals, of course, and how fine-tuned everything is, and how responsive everything feels, and that's, you know, the entire weapons play. I'm not even going to call it gunplay, but weapons play across the board.
Mm-hmm.
But something about the sound design for the guns and the crossbows and that like thwack, it just, it sounds so good. It's so
The game is
satisfying.
just super juicy. I think the developers, like every single one of them, just did a great job on making that combat feel perfect. It's really fantastic.
He said super juicy.
That's the game dev term. If you go to game school, they'll tell you how to make it juicy.
Really? I
Yes.
never knew that was a thing.
So are you gonna, I'm assuming you're gonna go Stab-O-Mancer when you start officially?
No. I want to play Berserker when I actually get the full game.
Oh.
I don't have a
Okay,
ton of time to
okay.
play games, and so when I get in, I really just kind of want to kill things quick and have a good time, and so that's what I'm most excited for.
Very cool. Are you gonna, because you know you can multi-class, you could combine them.
Yeah, I could combine them. You're right. Probably have a good time stabbing them quickly and hard.
Oh boy, that's a great way to do it. Okay, so you've set your sights on the Stab-O-Mancer, but of the enemies that you've played so far, which one really stuck out the most to you? Is this, wow, this enemy was crazy good.
The enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked shooting the goblins in the first quest of the demo I got to play, just because the voice acting is actually really great on them. Just hearing them squirm and scream.
Yes.
But I think, I don't know, the sort of wyvern dragon styles really just blends well with the combat because they're so dynamic and they can move in the 3D space, and they get to challenge, again, not your gunplay, but you know, your weapon play. So either one of them I've had a good time with.
Yeah. You know what? It's so nice to hear that the game is really doing that well with so many different people, and I can't wait to play it. I'm sure you can't either. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today on everything. It means a lot.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it a lot.
Oh boy, I'm enjoying doing these interviews, but let's take a step back for a second. You know, we did show off this wonderful new controller, but that's not all I have in terms of goodies. Tess, what if I told you we also had some Funko Pops?
Ooh.
Maybe.
Interesting.
One or two.
Interesting.
Hidden back here.
Ooh.
Let's see, who do I have here? Oh, I picked the right one to start. Will Arnett himself. This is the Dragon Lord. And they actually told me I can open this and take them out now. Like a kid in a candy store. And everybody gets to watch live as I struggle. Mitsu can't open
Got
pop
this.
figures.
I believe, Mitsu.
Listen, I just didn't want to have all this residual plastic. So, all right. There we go. There he is. Look at that, in all his glory. And we've got so many different ones here too. Yeah.
So cute. Oh my God.
I love that. I'm gonna put him right up here. He's not gonna stand
There's-
with me. Oh, there he goes. Cool.
Funko just they know what they're doing. There's just something like so incredibly adorable about them, and it doesn't. I mean, they did a great job. They did a
I
great
just
job with
remembered,
the Wonderland.
by the way. I just remembered.
Oh.
Remember this?
What?
Look at this.
Oh my God.
How cool is this? We've got
It's so cute. Wait.
The princess is here.
I can virtually pet it.
You can, yes. And while you're
so
virtually
adorable.
petting, I'm going to go ahead and bring out all of the other ones so everybody can see real quick. We have, of course, the queen herself.
Of course.
Well, this is going to be tough.
I need
where am
the
I gonna put
plushy
everything
one
now?
though. Like I
put it
love
there
all
for a
the other
second.
Funkos. I do. They're awesome. But
No, you don't want Tina? What about Tina?
I do, of course. Tina's amazing. But
Everybody-
Blood Stallion plush, Funko plush. I mean, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
And then one more real quick. Here we have, Paladin Mike.
nice.
There we go.
So cool.
They are absolutely astounding. If you are a fan of Funko Pops and you are a fan of Wonderlands, does anything more need to be said? Look at them. They're amazing. I think they're
Just
fun.
gonna.
So, with that in mind, let's say we show off another trailer. This time, we're going to show the Spore Warden and the Graveborn.
Welcome to the Wonderlands, a majestical world full of fearsome beasts and dangerous daring do. To survive, you must gather your courage and all the guns and spells you can find. For those enamored with midnight rituals, you need look no further than the Graveborn. Graveborn are high risk, high reward, trading damage for health. Pay the blood price and unlock devastating dark power. Plus, they've got themselves a cute little demi-lich. Could be cursed, who can say? But if bones and brimstone speak to you not, you can always take a walk on the wild side. Spore Wardens are your classic nature lovers. Of course, to love nature, sometimes you have to, shoot nature. What I'm saying is not all nature is good, except for this handsome fellow. Meet your trusty sidekick. Should foes abound in endless numbers, you can always blow them away. No, get it? Because they're you know. Did I mention that if you multi-class, you can have double pets? It's true. Welcome to the Wonderlands.
So far,
There was
What's that?
Graveborn for everyone to see, right? In case you haven't seen it before, and also Spore Warden. Both of them amazing, right?
absolutely incredible. And when I think about everything that we have talked about so far, we've talked to so many amazing people. We have had Randy, we've had Adam, we've had Kayla, we've had cosplayers. But I'm gonna do a huge favor out there for Killer 6 and Damn It to Hell. And I think I'm going to bring on their favorite human being in the world right now. Matt Cox, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
How you doing, bud? It's so good to see you.
Oh man, it is quite an amazing time right now.
That's putting it mildly, I imagine.
Yeah, I actually lost my ears here for a second, so I won't be able to hear Tess, I don't think. But
oh well, hopefully they'll come back.
All right.
Over the course of time. How are you liking the party so far?
Oh my gosh, the energy in here is just fantastic. I mean, everybody is very excited for the game. Like, our developers have worked so incredibly hard for so long on something they're very, very passionate about. But like seeing the community and just the energy in the room right now is so amazing, and it just feels really good. And I hope the whole community and the team can really drink this in.
It's for them, really, right? It's for all of you. You've come so far during a very challenging time, and wow, it really looks like you've released a home run of a game.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like, I mean, it's already a miracle for people to ship a video game in general, but to ship it during the unprecedented times during the pandemic, and us learning to even how to make a game from home during this entire game, and doing so many new things that we haven't done before. I'm incredibly proud of our entire development team.
So let's jump right into it. What are some of your roles and responsibilities as the creative director? on Wonderlands?
I mean, for me, creative director, it actually kind of comes in phases. So at the very beginning of the project, there's a lot of goal setting when it comes to design. So my purview is over all of the design lanes. So what are the new things we're going to do, like overworld and character creator and what Chaos Chamber means. So I work with all of our incredibly talented design leaders on what we want to accomplish, and we set those goals and from the very beginning. And so it's very important for a creative director to understand the vision and the end result from a very early standpoint. And so we'll milestone after milestone, the leads in their specific design lanes, whether it's level design or systems design, character design, and they're developing. There's just points where we're checking in. I'm playing the game and working with my leads, feedback, iteration, things change, during development. So creative direction is really a lot of, you have this giant cruise ship of amazingly talented folks, and we set the course and we just make sure that we stay on that course.
Absolutely. And you were talking about priorities. It popped into my head just real quick. Melee, that must have been very high. Like how early in the process did you go, all right, we really need to do some hardcore melee in this game?
Immediately. I think you can't really have a fantasy game without meleeing with something in your hand. So we really wanted to figure out not only what melee feels like, but what melee feels like for our specific type of action, right? Because everybody has an idea of what melee could be in a fantasy setting, but we're so offense forward and so combat forward with the way that we design our combat and our combat loops. So we really wanted to be very offense focused, but also gear obviously is very incredibly important in our games. So what do hilt mods mean, and how can they speak to guns or spells or different types of play styles? So really we used melee as something really fun to do, a quick action, stagger an enemy, but also what does it mean when you're actually building out your character and your character build?
Exactly. So, going forward with that, we've seen all the different inspirations for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. What were some of those? Where did you look to really get that spark? What were some, obviously we look at Bunkers and Badasses here, but
sure.
What else out there was some of the creative media that you looked at?
You know what? I mean, what's really great about designing for Tiny Tina in the chaotic mind of a 13-year-old is that it gives our artists and our designers and all of our developers so much license to really draw from their own inspiration. So for one, it might be their favorite tabletop RPG, whether it's D&D or Warhammer or what have you, or whatever they find to be their crazy form of inspiration. But I mean, obviously you'll see a lot of D&D in there. You'll see a lot of traditional fantasy inspirations, be it Lord of the Rings or what have you, but then towards the latter part of the game, you're going to see some weird fantasy and just stuff that seems a little crazier. And so I think all of the inspirations, we really let our artists, our designers, all of our developers really figure out what inspires them and give them the space to create. And of course, being a fantasy world and everything actually comes from the mind of Tiny Tina gives us a lot of great license to have a lot of fun.
Which, thinking about that, what are some of the influences, that you have?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, Warhammer, like HeroScape. I mean, you name it. Like from the tabletop world, but even into the video game world. Like this sounds weird, but I'm very particularly inspired by a lot of Nintendo games. Like I'm a huge Mario, Zelda, Metroid buff, but I love Halo. So I come from such an action-focused love, but that's just me. I mean, Adam, Kayla, Ian, Rob, all of the amazing developers that made this game really pulled from a lot of their inspirations. And I think you're going to see a lot of that and all of our design, everybody.
So to that end,
what were some of the challenges you guys faced?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear Tess.
Oh, that's okay. Yes, Tess wanted to know, what are some of the challenges that you faced over the course of this?
Well, I mean, I think it definitely goes without saying. The pandemic was tough.
Yes.
On a lot of us. Not only did we have to learn how to make a game, we had to learn for all of our leaders, we had to learn how to lead and communicate in ways that we would never have before. So that's that. Another big challenge was honestly, the overworld. Like that was a brand new design challenge. Like I don't think we've ever seen a first-person action game that has nods to JRPG where you do random encounters and that's how your mode of travel is a third-person overworld that connects all of those first-person experiences with a chibi little version of your character creator. So, and also, people have a lot to say about, well, why do you do a character creator in a first-person game when you don't see your character, right? But we have so many opportunities. Like, obviously, co-op is huge for us. So you've got same screen co-op, you have online co-op, so you're going to be able to show off everything that you do. But we wanted to make sure that we maximize those opportunities, and that's a challenge to figure out how to do that. So you'll see hero statues, and you'll have a bunch of customizations to be able to make your look. So between the overworld and figuring out how a character customization, what that means for us, those were some challenges, but proud of the team, and those were really fun challenges for us to figure out.
We're so grateful for that. Seriously, Mitsu, if you could tell him, please.
I will absolutely
amazing.
do so.
Amazing.
Tess is expressing her very sincere gratitude for everything.
Thanks, Tess.
Yes.
And thanks for letting me know what she
Of
says
course,
about
yes.
that. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you so much, Tess.
No, she's very excited, as I'm sure she's channeling the energy of quite everybody. And having you here to be able to talk with you about it, So going forward, we talk about the downsides, but what was something really rewarding about the development process?
Oh my gosh, the end result, right? Like a lot of times, a lot of the shine and the amazing results of games come in the last 10% stretch, right? And so just being able to sit down and play the end result that is, the result of so many people's hard work and a lot of learning of how to lead teams in a pandemic, like there's such a satisfaction. And, we've pushed the combat loop in a slightly different area where maybe in our previous games where you're, shooting guns all the time, like with spells and melee, and particularly with the wide amount of things that you can do with gear and your character build, I'm excited, honestly, and proud of how sometimes the combat loop shifts a little bit, but also how we've integrated the overworld and Chaos Chamber and character customization, that whole package, and being able to really see the fulfillment of the game within a game. Like the inspiration from Assault on Dragon Keep and everybody going, you know what, this deserves its own standalone treatment, and being able to bring something brand new and then have something actually released that everybody's proud of. I think that's what's really going to stick with me.
Exactly. We're going to have to let you go soon, but before we do, I did want to ask, because we've been asking everybody, and I think it's a very fair question. You are the lead creative designer. You're the guy. You are the man. So your answer to this question is going to have a lot more weight than probably anybody else.
No pressure.
No pressure, though. No pressure, though. Which class first?
Clawbringer. Gonna go Clawbringer because, my gosh, that hammer on return is one of my favorite skills to do, but also I was so excited when we finally got to tell people you can have double pets. So having Wyvern, and maybe I'll pick Spore Warden as my multi to have my little mushroom friend as well, but having two pets at the same time is a pretty amazing feeling.
Really? Uh-oh. I'm very excited to do it.
Shroomy butt.
That's awesome.
Butt.
I'm very excited.
Tess is relaying her excitement for Shroomy Butt.
Oh, great. Good. Thank you again. That's awesome.
Matt, I wish you didn't have to go, but at the same time, it's your party. Go enjoy it.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for everybody. I'm very excited for everybody to play next week.
Absolutely. Thank you again for being here.
All right, take care. Thanks, Tess.
Alrighty. So, next up on our wonderful Wonderlands tour, we're actually going to show some gameplay footage from IGN's first look. And this I'm very excited for. And we're opening right up with this. Tess, are you seeing this?
Yes, I am. Oh my God. Okay, so I've seen this before, but it's been a minute. It's been a little bit of a minute. And there's so many cool effects that happen. And also this place that it's happening in, that windmill, this sort of village, old worldy location, the castle in the background. I mean, it's just so cool to see a fantasy environment. And there's so much to it that's just very, I don't know, it's unique to Wonderlands and Borderlands. It's not quite the same thing. Like, we know we're in a different place. We know we're in a different setting. I mean, all of the buildings and even the grass and the trees and the castles in the distance, and it just feels like you're in sort of a different world, a fantasy world, and it's really, really, really cool to see. I super agree with the community members that mentioned, visual storytelling, environmental storytelling. You really feel that. Look at that sort of fire in the sky in the background. It just makes you feel things. It makes you feel nervous, but also very excited. At least me. It makes me feel very nervous, but also very excited.
Man, and I mean, like Meteor. We just saw Meteor earlier. I assume that's probably Meteor. It certainly looks like Meteor. So, I mean, just the spell effects on, and that's just one
Catapult!
spell.
Oh my god! What just? It blew up.
It did. That was great.
Of course.
I wonder
course it
what
would.
pistol that is. What manufacturer that is.
Oh man, I'm so curious how all of the manufacturers are gonna sort of be fantasified, if that's a word.
Fancified.
Fantasified.
Fantasyfied. There we go. We're gonna go with that one.
We're gonna go with Gearbox. I think Gearbox should be a verb because they really ultimately do things that no one would ever expect. I think they break boundaries, they turn things on their heads, and they just have so much creativity with every genre and everything that comes out of them, and it's so cool to me. So I think this is fantasy and sort of the idea of D&D Gearboxed in the best way. It's so cool.
I'm just trying to think of how that would go though. Man, this is so awesome. That studio really gearboxed it. Is that how you would use it in the proper sentence?
Yeah, totally. I'm sure other people could. I mean, one of the community members we talked to was saying how he's a senior in a game design program, right? And they were inspired by none other than Gearbox, right? So they've Gearboxed their own senior design project. I think it's a verb and it should be in the dictionary.
You know what? I'll agree with you, and I'll tell you why. I can even cite a prior example. Literally minutes ago, we spoke with folks who are members of universities right now, students, and they've specifically cited that they're learning based off of kind of like that Borderlands style. What I believe, I forget who it was. I think we were talking with Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yes.
And he specifically said that he took that game, or took Borderlands, and he found a way to kind of like take that ink style and make it his own in a little project that he's doing probably, for maybe to graduate college.
Wait, okay, I'm really confused about what I just saw. I know I've seen this before, but okay, that was a catapult.
Yes.
It got exploded.
That's correct.
And then it got unexploded, and now they're getting into it and getting catapulted. What?
Excuse me? Okay,
So
I should say I have
did
not
they
seen the
just-
IGN footage, so that was crazy.
Oh my god. I'm just in awe. So apparently you can turn back time in the Wonderlands? That's so cool.
You know what it might have been? I wonder if the storyline premise behind it, and this sounds totally plausible, is you got there and you thought you were supposed to destroy it, but you actually weren't, and Tina's like, oh no, you can't go anywhere anymore. So Tina literally had to rewind time to fix the catapult so you could launch yourself across.
So cool.
If I had to take a guess, I imagine that's exactly what it is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's actually amazing. Wow.
That looks like your kind of gun, right? That looked like a submachine gun, right?
It does. Anything that's an automatic
Huh.
shooter, basically, I absolutely love. I mean, the higher the rate of fire, the more precise I can get with it, the better. I actually have a sort of disability, really. My right hand has some damage to it, so I struggle, sometimes in games to sort of have full function. And one of the things I really, really appreciate about Gearbox with the Borderlands games and Wonderlands is that they're really, really great about accessibility. They have a ton of accessibility options. You can remap everything. And I honestly don't struggle in this game, and it is a gift. Like, there are so many games out there. Some of them are really great about accessibility, but not all. And Gearbox has always been all about inclusion in general, and I really feel that both as a female gamer and as a slightly disabled person. It's really amazing that they have all of these features and all of these accessibility options, and it's great. It's really, really great. And I can use all kinds of different guns. I can actually even use snipers. I can even use, guns where I have to hold multiple keys to shoot them. I can make that work for myself, and it's really nice. And everything feels so good. I mean, you know this, Mitsu. I am a terrible gunplay snob. I've played a lot of shooters, and I love when they just feel precise and they really have that oomph to them. And guns and crossbows and melee really have that in this game. At least everything that I've played so far really, really has that, and it's great.
You said something right there, and I recall we mentioned it when we've had conversations about previous titles. You said weight. The guns feel like they have weight to them. Like you hear the boom, you feel the shot, you can see the results of everything. And even with the crossbow, I mean, you can talk for days about it. I imagine you feel that power out of a crossbow.
There's something about the combination of things, that they just get really right. It's everything. It's the sound design, right? So the sounds of the gun, shooting, reloading, firing, hitting, everything. The explosions that happen if you have something that ends up with an explosion, but just bullets hitting, right? And the visual effects combined with the sound, combined with it makes it feel so almost real and immersive. It's great.
Absolutely. I should also mention that I am watching the Twitch chat right now, and it's so wonderful to see everybody here. I hope we're doing all of you proud today. Tess and I are truly honored, and to bring all of this footage to you and talk about it. Look at that. What is that?
Ooh, it looks like a quest marker maybe, or a directional marker. Also, can we talk about that armor? How cool!
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like I know where the inspiration for that kind of armor came from. It's very Monty Python-y.
Oh, it's so good.
I like it a lot.
I love the colors too. I love so much that we get to make our own characters. I love so much that we get to share all of this with the community like we're doing right now. Seriously, being able to talk to students in game design programs that are not only making games but also playing, obviously, this game and getting to try it early. That's so cool to me. Gearbox does internships and things like that, which I didn't know until recently, and I just think it's amazing. Thank you so much to everybody watching on Twitch. Thank you so much to everybody watching on YouTube. You guys are awesome. This is why we do this. You're the whole reason, and you're what make it fun. I don't know about you, Mitsu, but I think you're the same. I struggle to play games by myself these days because I'm so used to having the community to talk to.
It's, you know what it is? We've come so far with games, and social features have evolved so much when we're playing video games. And I'm with you. I don't feel like I can play most single player games anymore, honestly. I love being able to play with my friends, with my family, and with you, Tess. I can't wait for us to actually be able to jump into Wonderlands. But Wonderlands isn't all, right? Well, I should probably clarify that again. Wonderlands is actually going to have a season pass to it. And it's something that we haven't had a chance to really talk too much about, but I think we do have the trailer for everybody to watch.
You've come this far of your own free will. A little farther won't hurt.
We've talked about it, but that's so soon.
Yeah, I know. It's just the start, though. Okay, so the season pass includes multiple things, right?
Yes.
So I know that there's a new class coming, but we specifically asked Matt on the Wondercast, and he said that that new class is not coming at the start of that season pass. It's coming in one of the later DLCs.
Right.
So you don't have any worries about sort of leveling up all of the current classes that you're working on. You're going to have all the time you need to play through everything and experience everything and level everything that you want. And then once you're kind of worked out on that stuff, they're just gonna throw more at you right when you're ready for it. They figured all this out because they are just genius people.
Yeah.
So
Which I'm glad that you actually said that, because one of those things that they're throwing at us is the Chaos Chamber. Which,
right.
Oh boy.
So cool.
So I'm gonna during our show prep, I had a chance to talk with Moxie for a little bit, who is here, by the way. Moxie is wandering around the party being an awesome human being. And one of the things that he said is he's really, really excited for the systems of Chaos Chamber. We didn't go into it too much because I said I know what I know, and I want to keep it still at a minimum so I can experience it very fresh and surprised. But from what he told me, he said this is probably that very good replay loop that we're looking for and we've been asking for a very long time out of the series.
Yeah, I love the fact that not only is there end game, but the end game is, it's so varied. There's going to be really amazing sort of raid-like bosses back there,
3 of 'em.
and and puzzles and secrets, and I'm sure epic loot. It's just going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to see what K6 does with it, what Joltsuit does with it, what Moxie does with it, what you do with it.
No,
what
not me. No,
everybody in the
I
community
defer
does.
to Quag. How about that? He will do all the awesomeness, and I trust
Yes.
him. That's where I'm gonna go with it. So
Maybe we can have him on the Wondercast to ask him some questions about it.
boy, I really hope so. You know who we can have on actually right now? We can bring in our next university. It would be our genuine honor to welcome to the show DigiPen Institute of Technology. DigiPen, you there? Can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you.
Cool. Thank you so much for taking the time to
hello.
speak with us today.
Yeah, it's great to be here, and I'm really excited about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
I think in some of our pre-show prep, we talked about this. It is almost serendipitous in a way that your school mascot just happens to be a dragon, right?
Right? Yeah, we were literally built for this.
It's perfect.
That is excellent. So, without further ado, what did you think of your time in the Wonderlands?
Oh, I don't even know where to start. The environment, the vibe of the game is so Gearbox. I remember playing through the DLC in Borderlands 2, and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands definitely brings back the same vibe. The classes are amazing. The guns are fitted to a fantasy-like environment, and the spells that replace grenades are so good. I could not stop dropping meteorites on enemies. That is the best part of the game for me so far.
You sound extremely taken with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I am definitely. I can't wait for this game.
So
what class did you play both classes or just one, and which was your favorite?
I played both classes, and I think when the game releases, I am going with Graveborn. One of the things I loved about Borderlands 2 was playing as Psycho, going into a group of enemies and just healing so much I never die. And Graveborn seems to be the perfect way to do that.
I agree. And so, I asked this earlier, and I struggled with it a little bit, but Brofish, my wife, actually figured it out almost immediately. Did you struggle with that health mechanic that they had for Graveborn?
Oh, definitely. The first hour I played the demo, I thought something was broken because I couldn't understand that I'm supposed to hit multiple enemies with my ultimate. So I just lose 40% of my health. And I'm like, this ultimate's useless. But then I went back and played through it again, and I managed to do it in the middle of a big group, and I saw my entire health bar just fill up like 3 times over. I was like, oh, that's how it works.
The same thing happened to me. The first time I played it, I was like, I think it just took me a couple of tries. But the first time I used that ability, I was like, wait, hold on. And then I saw that it was like a big sort of AoE thing. And I was like, okay, let me try it when there's a lot of them. And when I used it when there were a ton of enemies, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So cool.
Yeah, I also love that the pet copies your spells. So when I drop meteorites, it drops more meteorites. There's so many meteorites. I love it.
Yeah, that took a second for me to realize. And then when I finally did, I was like, oh no, I can duplicate my spells. Are you kidding me? So I'm glad I wasn't the only one who picked up on that, because that's what I like though. That's what Matt was talking about, right? Matt was talking about how much fun it is to have pets. And you just explained perfectly exactly what the Lich can do.
Yeah,
it's so nice. Right.
Oh no, go ahead. It's fine.
It's so nice when you have a companion in the game, whether it be an NPC or your pet or multiple pets or your friends. Have you and your friends at the school gotten to sort of, do you guys have plans to play together? Are you gonna, do you know what kind of, characters they want to play?
The room's actually filled with Digipen students right now playing the demo, and I already have 5 friends lined up ready to buy the game. We are all set with our character classes, ideas for builds. We're replaying through the older Borderlands, relearning the game. We are definitely excited.
That's so cool.
I was curious, you mentioned you have all these builds and everything like that. Are there any content creators that you watch maybe and draw inspiration from, or is this all just like this is you? Like you are the math guy, you are the serious builder?
For me, it's me. Like I mentioned before, I liked Psycho and Borderlands 2, and I learned about the multi-class system in this game. So I'm planning on going Berserker and Stabomancer and trying to create a melee build that just allows me to assassinate targets while also being a huge chunk of meat just in the middle of the battle.
I think it's absolutely incredible. And I'm glad that you seem to be having so much fun with it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The passion.
You're
I've said it so much.
infecting us with your awesome energy. You're gearboxing the whole evening, and it's great.
You're really going to try and make that a thing. I'm very proud of you, Tess.
I mean, isn't that the spirit of Borderlands? Absolute chaos, energy, and mayhem?
Yes.
Yes.
I think you put it better than literally any of us ever could. That is on par. That is the spot on answer.
Thank you so much. Seriously, it's been so cool to talk with you, to talk with the community at large. That's the whole point of us. We love talking to you guys. We love playing with you guys. We love connecting you with the devs. And it's so nice to hear that you guys are enjoying it. We're so excited to play with you once the game launches. There's crossplay, so whatever platform you play on, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, it doesn't matter. We're all gonna get to play together, and that's so cool. Are you gonna play on PC, do you think, when you start, or are you gonna play on another platform?
I think I'm definitely going to start with PC. I'm just used to the keyboard and mouse more. And also I can bind everything to the side buttons on the mouse, so I can grenade while I melee.
Nice. Very, very cool.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I imagine you want to get back to playing the game, so let us not keep you any longer. Please go ahead and enjoy it, and I mean, 6 days, right?
Yep, 6 days.
6 days, so very soon. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Yeah, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Later. It's just, wow. I didn't, you know what, going into this, I didn't actually know that we were going to be talking with the universities all that much. But, now that we've actually had a chance to speak with them and feel that energy, I really, really want to do it again. So you know what? Let's do it again. Oh boy, I'm actually excited for this next one too. Academy of Art is going to be joining us. Academy of Art, you there?
Yes, hi, hello.
Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Would you like to take a few seconds, introduce us to the Academy of Art University?
All right. My name is Troy. I am here at our game studio, or our esports studio.
Nice.
At the Academy of Art University. I'm majoring in game design, so getting the chance to play this was actually like one heck of an experience. So glad I got the chance.
I am very envious, by the way, of your entire setup. It is incredible. I have to ask, do you play games on it?
I wish. This is my first time casting, and I hope that I get to do it over and over again. So nice being
You're
here.
doing a great job.
That you are.
Very cool.
So with that in mind, Wonderlands, first impressions. How do you feel about the game?
I love the experience. I did not expect Gearbox to make a Borderlands game that was set in a fantasy environment as a looter shooter. Had no idea that that was even such a thing that's capable of Myth.
And so when you first heard that, like, how did your brain process? Because everybody, I think, processed it a little bit differently. Because I don't think anybody ever envisioned that the series could take such a turn where we have this wonderful spin-off now. Literally the Wonderlands spin-off now. And it's going in its own direction, and it's this unique, but how did you process it?
I was just glad that we were able to take a fresh step from Borderlands and have our own little spin-off with different utility, different type of features. I just love the gameplay through and through. If there's anything I like in a Borderlands game, it's the combat system. And to see the combat system flourish here and actually be very fun to mess with, chaotic but fun, that's the whole point.
Yes.
I'm just glad that it's still the Borderlands that I know while still being really fun and its own thing as Wonderlands.
That's so cool to hear. So what was your favorite? Did you have a favorite class or a favorite weapon?
Definitely Stabomancer.
Okay.
Stabomancer is crazy. The whole whirly blade thing is nuts. I didn't get to necessarily mess with the whole cloaking ability. I wanted to, but I had some homework, but that's fine. But the whole whirly blade like ability was just really cool to me. Being able to put it all over the place and just see people get minced up from like across the map.
Yeah. And so
is that what you're planning to play when you actually start at launch?
Test all
For
right
sure. In any RPG, I play the like rogue type class, and to see a character that fits my playstyle, it makes it so much better. So much better.
Incredibly. And you know, we're only going to have time for one more, but I'm going to sneak it in. Melee. We talked a lot about that, but I wanted to ask specifically, how did you feel about the melee combat?
Being able to switch my weapons was a change I did not expect to happen. I love the fact that I can just have more than one melee weapon with different attributes and different abilities and status ailments. It's a great addition, and I hope that it kind of just makes the game feel even more like an exciting fantasy world type of gameplay.
I agree 100%. I think you're right on the money with that. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, and thank you for sharing your amazing college with us. I mean, that's such an amazing backdrop. You guys, you're doing real well. That's great.
You guys are styling.
No. So, thank you very much, and Wonderlands very soon.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Enjoy the ride. So, moving forward, you know, Tess, I did mention that we had Tina, right?
Uh-huh.
What if I told you we could do even better and have Tina's?
Wait, multiple? Oh
Yes.
my god.
So, without further ado, let us bring on our next wonderful Tiny Tina cosplayer.
Shorties! Ready to play some bunkers and badasses.
Yes, please. Oh man, can I hold that real quick?
Yeah, here you go.
Ooh, thank you. Please.
Hello.
Join us on the wonderful couch.
This is a nice couch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, really. I get the big velvety chair. Yeah, no, this is real, and this is enormous too. This is about the size of my head. This is crazy.
It's
actually
bigger than
made
your
out
head.
of duct tape and foam.
I don't even.
Okay,
wow,
duct tape,
that's really dumb.
best thing ever in the universe for everything. I'm just gonna put that out there.
It'll last forever. Forever.
Oh my god, you're Tiny Tina, the close up. It's so good.
Thank
So,
you.
I mean, it looks good when you first walked up. Like, it looked amazing. Also, the hat. Okay, so the hat. It's like a new thing for Tina, right? It wasn't really. I mean, she had like a little like cap kind of before.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like a whole hat with personality and bunny ears and just everything.
Like,
That must
I
have
love
been
how they have the whole mask thing with it. Like, each game has Tina. She has some type of mask, and I love how they incorporated Tina's entire personality into the hat. Like, she is the bunker master.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so cool, and you did it so incredibly beautifully, honestly. I just admire you guys, like every single one of you cosplayers. I'm just in awe of what you do, your artistry and talent, and your backpack strap is lighting up, and that's so cool.
Yeah.
I just noticed that too. They're not called shields anymore. I believe it's a ward generator, right?
That's what it's called?
I believe it is called a ward.
I had no idea when I made this, so I was like, is it like a Digi-Struct thing? I don't know, but I'm making it.
I mean, it looks amazing.
So awesome.
Thank you.
I had to ask about the hat.
Mhm.
The hat. I had to ask about it specifically because how long did it take to make?
Oh God, like this entire costume took months. The hat itself I spent an entire month working on because there's just so many details on the entire thing. The base of it is foam and I put wires through it so that I can control the shape better. I covered it in a fabric, that way I didn't have to paint it all pink, and then I drew a whole bunch of lines on it and painted it and did all the foam details, and it was a lot. Some magic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is it heavy?
Not really. Like, it's all foam and fabric, so it's not as bad. If anything, it's a little top heavy with everything on, but that's because I also have like a foam wig on as well.
Oh my
I
God,
was
and it
actually
comes
going to ask
apart.
about that.
That's so cool.
I wasn't sure if that was the I guess it's a wig. The wig is actually part of the hat.
Helmet.
Yeah,
It
it
could
rides
be
a line.
both.
Yes, it very gracefully rides a line.
Yes,
It's
yes, it does.
incredible, and the
Thank
star
you.
lights up and everything. I feel like if you're so I remember when I was very young, my mom and my grandma were like, okay, if you want to walk into a room, you have to pretend there's a string above your head and you have to walk very, very straight. And I feel like that's how you have to walk with that on your head, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Unless if you're Tina and you walk at a weird like angle. Because she has that weird walk.
Yes.
I have
oh
to
my
ask,
God, the chaos.
and I know this is
So
going to be a
great.
really dumb question,
Uh-huh.
but I'm going to ask anyway. Have you gotten a lot of people asking for your picture out there?
Oh
Because that
my
party
gosh,
must be
yeah.
crazy for
Oh
it.
my gosh, there's so many people. This party is awesome.
Yay!
It's
that's so
definitely
cool to
chaotic
hear.
great.
Ah, that's very good. You got it on the hashtag. You knew.
Yeah.
See?
Chaotic great. Look it up.
So good. So good.
I feel like our
Seriously.
graphics team is literally just going to put the chaotic great image on the screen real quick and be like, thanks guys for that promotion. We appreciate it.
Oh my God, that many-sided die is just every part of your guys' costumes are amazing. It really feels like, I mean, I'm here in the Wonderlands, and it feels like you are a real-life character that stepped right out of the video game, right out of where I am, and into the world, and you are Tina, and it's just so incredible. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for taking the time. Your creativity and incredible talent is just mind-blowing. Thank you for sharing it with us and everybody there at the party. I guarantee you anyone that's gotten to take a picture, gotten to chat with you and hang out is just so excited because they feel like they're talking to Tina. I feel like I'm talking to Tina, and it's so awesome.
Indeed. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Get back
also,
to that
I
party.
Love your
Oh.
little setup.
Yeah,
That's
right?
adorable.
Oh, just you wait. We've got something very special that I've got right here that we're about to do. So you might. I was about to say, if you want to hang out for a second, definitely. Oh, and be careful, please. No tripping. So, oh
Thank
boy.
you.
All right, here we go. It's time. Are you ready? Oh boy. See, there's the chaotic great, right?
There it is. Oh, swag. I see swag.
I'm just gonna sit here for a second with this. Seriously, what else can be said about this? It speaks for itself. This is Tiny Tina's treasure trove. This is kind of like an additional standalone companion that you can get if you are a Wonderlands passionate fan. They let me actually unbox this. So I'm going to now do it for all of you as well. And first, you know I had to do it.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
The hair. Okay, so first of all, that plushie is just the cutest thing ever in the world.
Yes.
I mean, the queen herself, right? We have two versions of the queen, one right here, and then another one in Mitsu's hands, and they're both beautiful. The hair on both of them, it's different, and both of them are absolutely amazing.
So you can't quite see it. I don't know if we can get a little bit of a closer shot of her eyes. Like right there, look at that. Hold on. Yeah, oh look at this. She's so like sassy. She's like, whatever, I'm butt stallion.
Sweet.
I'm the princess. Who messes with me? I
Oh my
love it.
God.
This is so great. And that's only the first. No, the princess does not go on the floor. The princess can go right here.
Yes.
Because she deserves to. And I'm going to go ahead and move my fun now. So, what else do we have? Oh boy. This is actually the one thing I was excited about the most. Brofish really wanted the princess, the queen, but I wanted this.
Lady after my own heart. Oh yes, that. Okay. So I mean, okay, I need both plushies because they're just. I mean, they're just like
They're amazing.
They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Okay, but what Mitsu has in his hands is an actual castle.
Yes.
That you get to build, and it is so cool.
That's right.
And I want to do that on stream live, so I have to get this thing. I have to get this thing somehow.
I really want to crack this open, but I feel like, what is it? What time is it? We're starting to run short on time. I don't think I
Yeah, a little
have
bit.
enough time to. But this I was actually really excited for. And then number 2 on my excitement list actually was this. We have right here,
Yes.
Bunkers and
Oh my
Badasses.
God.
Right? This
So
is a
cool.
standalone companion to
Yeah,
the
so-
Bunkers and Badasses tabletop role-playing game, which we actually have right here too.
Yeah, so Bunkers and Badasses, for those of you that are unaware, is a version of Bunkers and Badasses, a version of D&D that you can play. It's a tabletop role-playing game, full-featured, all of the things you would normally expect in a role-playing sort of tabletop game, right? And this is an expansion on that. So you get the super cute plush, and you get the expansion, and you get the castle. So many cool things.
And so, oh boy, let's see what else we got. Ooh, I'm always a fan of maps.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Let me see. Hopefully, I can get as much of it in the shot as possible. We're gonna go over
Wow.
here. Look at that. There you go. Look at this.
So this whole treasure trove, you can actually buy at GameStop.
Really?
Wow.
Huh. I did
That's
not
so
actually know
cool.
that. That's good. So, next time you're in there, hopefully when you're buying Wonderlands, you'll be able to pick this up. I love this though. I feel like you know what? I just realized something. While this is excellent to show off, it also might be a little spoilery. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show it off over here just one time real quick. Just in case. Everybody got a good look? We good?
cool.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna actually scroll up and down like this.
There may be secrets, but also it's beautiful.
I feel like
God.
people are going to take this and they're going to dissect the ever-loving heck out of it. And I'm here for it, honestly.
I want it physically in my hands. I want all of that. I want to hang it up on my wall so I can refer back to it every single time I play the game, and it's going to be amazing.
And the last thing that we have real quick is this. This is the tarot cards. I'm not going to break them out
Tarot
because we'll
cards
wind
as
up playing
well?
52 pickup with them, but they are amazing. I strongly recommend that you look them up. And all of this that we have been talking about, all of it, is going to actually be raffled off, I believe. If what I have heard is correct, which I believe it is. Oh, and I almost forgot one more thing too. Enamel pins. I'm gonna put those right
So
there.
cool. So you guys, there's a giveaway. There's a giveaway happening for
There
all
is.
of the stuff that we just talked about. Oh my
Yes.
God, I didn't even realize. So you have to enter. The links should be in chat, in Twitch chat. By the way, if you're not watching, we're on twitch.tv/Gearbox official and also on YouTube at Play Wonderlands. Make sure you click the link. There's a Gleam giveaway happening in chat. You can fill out your information, your email, whatever is needed, and you'll be entered. You have to make sure you enter before 10:30 p.m.
Central time.
Central time.
Central
Yeah,
time.
so that's 11:30 Eastern, and that is, oh God, math.
You can do this. I believe in
8
you.
p.m.
Yes.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. Pacific.
Hold on.
Math. I
yes.
did. Okay.
8:30. Yes.
Yes. So 8:30 p.m. Pacific, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Oh God, what time is that UK? 4:30? No, wait.
Five
right
hours.
now
5 hours
it's 3:30.
to. Yes. Yeah.
Because daylight savings. Anyway, just make sure you enter right now while you're watching the stream, because
please.
by the time that we end the stream, you guys won't be able to enter anymore, and all of you deserve a chance at this super, super, super cool thing. You get the plush, you get the tarot cards, you get the companion pack to Bunkers and Badasses, which is amazing. You get the castle. Oh my god.
These
So
enamel
cool.
pins as
And
well.
the pins.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
these.
Oh, those are so cute.
Yeah, I know which one you like.
Yes.
It's totally
Mitsu,
that one, isn't it?
Mitsu knows me.
I
way
do.
too well.
It's mushroom butts and trash piles all the way.
Yes. 100%.
I don't know. Please don't miss out on this, because I cannot express to you enough when I actually got a chance to open this up. If you are a fan of the Wonderlands and you are that kind of hardcore fan, this is the box for you. This is absolutely the box for you. Tess, are you? Let's put it in perspective here. Are you thinking about getting it?
Yes, I really wanted to order it actually when it became available, and I wasn't able to at the time.
Really?
So I kind of want to enter this claim. I don't think it's fair if I do, but I want somebody else out there that wants it as much as I do to get it. So make sure you enter.
Yes.
And hopefully you'll win. Good luck to everybody entering. Just click on the link. It's being posted in the Twitch chat by Gearbox Official. Thank you so much, you guys, for doing that. And just try. It's worth it. It's
I was about to say, I feel like it's
worth
being spammed right now as everybody tries to get in.
Yes, absolutely. Just make sure you enter, because you only have a little bit over 15 minutes.
Yeah, which is, I believe, about how long we have left in the show too. That's very.
Yeah.
Man, these hours went by.
They did.
I can't believe that.
They flew.
Yeah.
They flew. I wish we could talk to you guys forever, because you're all amazing. The community around this game, the community around Gearbox, we're so lucky to be a part of it. Mitsu and I are just players. Mitsu was actually a streamer of Borderlands that I watched before I ever even really realized what Twitch was. He was one of the first people I watched. And so to get to do a show with him is amazing to me. And to get to do a show and talk to you guys is a gift that Gearbox and 2K have given me, and I appreciate it so much, and I know Mitsu feels the same. We're so lucky to get to interact with all of you guys. Make sure you enter this giveaway, because it's a really cool thing that you guys can enjoy. That's a part of it, right? And just thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. We're so excited for you guys to get your hands on this game. 6 days.
Ooh. I fudged things a little bit. I fudged things just a tiny bit. When I said we were giving away everything, I didn't just mean these treasure troves. You know that, right? When I said we're giving away everything, I meant everything.
Everything?
Everything. So, it's been incredible to be here and to showcase all of this with all of you, and get in there. Get this stuff, because look at this Tina. Actually look at this Tina. We didn't get a chance to you know what? I'm gonna pop it open. I'm doing it. And here, once again, the noise. But we get to do it live. That's the fun of actually getting to do this show.
Yay!
Pump. Tina. I love the star on the hat too. Look at that.
Oh my god, it's so cool. Okay, so the last cosplayer, hers lit up. It literally lit up live. That was so cool.
Right?
And now you get this super cute Funko. Oh my god.
She's adorable.
Adorable.
The level of detail on it is great too. If you look right there, you can see the backpack, which you were talking about earlier too.
Yeah. So cute. So cute.
I have little Tina. I want to do the tarot cards. I want to do them very badly, but I know they're going to end up all over the floor, which is usually also where my brain is. So we're not
You guys
going to do
make
that
sure you enter the giveaway. There should be links being posted right now in the Twitch chat. Okay, it's a Gleam link. It's super, super easy. You just click on the link, you follow the instructions, and if you win, they'll send you the details, and it'll be great.
There she is.
Oh my god. Every single version of the Queen Butt Stallion is the best. They're all amazing.
Actually,
Every
that's
single
true.
one.
What am I doing? We have all three of them here.
I
Why am I not just putting them in one shot together like that?
I want to
what am I thinking
pet
here?
them in real life. They're so sweet.
I hope that actually can showcase all three of them. For some reason, it's very hard to see past the largest majesty's head to try and make sure I've got them all in.
I
Let's
want
see.
her so
There we go.
badly.
Cool.
She's so cute. Okay, so
It's the best.
the big Funko with she's beautiful. I need her in my life. I want all three.
I just saw this now and I'm like, wow, oh no, Tina. Oh no, Tina. Got him. See? That's awesome.
Chaos.
It is actually
I mean,
chaos.
it's natural.
I'm
Absolutely.
Is she gonna stay? She should stand. I'm working on it. You know
I
what?
love seeing the
Lean against your
board in
sister.
front
How
of
about
you
that?
for the game.
Yeah.
For Bunkers and Badasses, which is kind of an incredible thing that came to be. I really still am hoping to see shows on Twitch because that's the thing that we do, right? I'm a part of a couple of roleplay shows, and I want to see one made from the Borderlands universe. Maybe we'll do it at some point, but I hope more of it happens, and I hope you guys enjoy playing it in person. Now that we can, or playing it over Zoom if you're playing with friends across the world. The beauty of the Wonderlands is you can include all of your friends, whether they're in person or they're literally across the other side of the world from you. They can all play, no matter what platform they're playing on, we can all play together.
Yes.
That's so awesome. And Bunkers and Badass is the same. So if you guys are playing, tell us about it on Twitter, come into the Twitch chat when we're doing Wondercast, come into our streams because there's a whole creator team that's super, super amazing, and you guys should absolutely hang out with them and make sure you enter this giveaway because this is such a cool thing that just helps people come together and enjoy the Wonderlands.
I always love hearing people's passion about all video gaming, about really anything. So, I mean, for you, Tess, everybody can see right here, and I imagine both ways. They can find you on Twitter at TessGames. I am at Mitsushow, MITSUSHOW, since I don't believe I have a fancy graphic, so I'll spell it out for everybody. But yeah, we would love to hear all of the feedback about it. I especially want to hear what people think about this one right here. Of all the things, when we were talking about like all of the wonderful merch that came out for the game, this one was the one that surprised me the most, right? Because it is gigantic. And I wanted to really, that's the one I want to make sure I get up for Brofish. I'll basically put it that way.
So cool. So we've talked about how much we love hanging with the community.
Yeah.
Let's see what the community is up to right now there in Dallas at the launch party, because this launch party is for you guys. It's for the community. It's for the developers. I saw a lot of comments in chat where people were asking, why is the launch party before the actual launch? The main reason I think for that is because the devs, they're going to be working really hard at actual launch, but right now they just get to hang out with you guys.
So I really hope we actually do get a chance to see for the party. But what I'm going to do instead, right now, is I'm going to make an executive decision. We're going to show the official story trailer.
Okay, awesome.
There is a world beyond the Borderlands. A world forged by wonder and ruled by fate. There's one alone who can wield fate. One alone whose story is in their own hands. The Fate Maker. That's you. Heavy, right?
You seek passage. I can aid you.
I am Valentine, gallant adventurer. The scary stabby one is Fred.
The undead fall beneath our blades! Ah!
I'm sensing some real evil vibes this way. Now follow me.
A beautiful body indeed. And full of power!
I'm invincible!
Looking bad. How do we win this?
We attack! Together! For the Queen! You'll never get the Sword of Souls, cutie idiot! You want to fight? I'll give you a fight!
That's a big boy! That's a big, big boy!
Sisters, I believe we have found our champion.
Oh, listen to me, lip-flapping while you could be off adventuring.
Tina, you left a cheese curl on the board.
Mayhaps it is a powerful ancient meteor, and it begins to rise from the ground.
This isn't a blessing! It's a blasting!
Hold on, what game are we playing here?
We're playing Bunkers and Badasses, baby!
We need more calories! calcium out here!
I'm excited. 6 days.
Oh my god, it's so soon. I wish it was here already. Okay, so couple things. First of all, that trailer is absolutely incredible. I love the story trailer. It doesn't spoil anything, but it gets you so hyped. The music is so good. 6 days is too long, as Hollow Gaming is saying in chat right now. You guys should follow her. She's a really cool creator team member. Just
That's
saying.
actually true.
Anyway, seriously, there's so many amazing creators that are new Next makers, that are OG creator team members, and all of them are going to be playing. We've got everyone from Tweety Expert to K6 to Jolt's Dude to Moxie to Hollow Gaming to a ton of really cool people. Sheriff Pyreg, Mitsu, of course, myself, Mystique Siren, tons of amazing creators. You should definitely make sure to check them all out. A lot of us have had a little bit of access, just a little bit, and we've been playing. And some of us are going to share some spoiler-free, cool stuff with you guys right at launch or right before. And then at launch, we're all going to be so excited to share the game with you all on Twitch, on YouTube, on TikTok. Make sure you talk to everybody, because this game is all about community, and that's literally the thing that makes it so amazing, right? So thank you for letting us be a part of it. Thank you for letting us share with you all. Mitsu, you're so awesome. I'm so excited for the story and for the co-op and for just all of the content that comes out of this and all of the friendship that we get to enjoy while playing it.
You know, I'm very sad because our time is running short here today. But you said it better, honestly, than I ever could. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, Gearbox, for trusting us to host this event. This is a huge deal, and we could not be more honored to be here. And of course, our partners at 2K as well. Thank you to everybody there. If I rambled off a list of everybody that I wanted to thank today, we would go on for another 2.5 hours. Just, you're all amazing people, and when Tess says we would not be here without you, community, developers, everybody, we would not be here without literally any of you. And we cannot say thank you enough.
Huge thanks to everybody at 2K and everybody at Gearbox that worked on this game and this launch. I know the launch is next week. It's too far away still.
These 6 days are going to be really rough. Like, I can't believe it's like, oh, I want to play already.
Yes.
You know what it is? The story trailer is what's really getting me, because we've heard so little about it, and I want to see what kind of tale Tina can concoct. That's really where I'm at. So.
Yes. Oh my God. It's honestly, I know it's in the mind of Tiny Tina. The mind of Tiny Tina is an incredible place. Anything's possible, right? We talked about this a little bit when we were able to sort of dive into the mind of Krieg in Borderlands 3, right? Anything is possible in the mind. And Tiny Tina has such an incredible imagination. There's chaos, there's magic, there's melee, there's guns, there's shark fatties that wander on land. It's so cool. There's shroom butts. Literally could not
you
be
and
any
your
better.
shroom butts. Every time. She loves the shroom butts. No, they're actually. This is the first time I'm going to say it. I do actually like the shroom butt tip. That's your exclusive. That's your world premiere. I actually do like the shroom butts.
I'm
Print that.
really curious to see what the actual story of the game is. I will be honest, I haven't really played a ton of story. I'm sort of stuck with this idea of wanting to play but not wanting to play without the community is a thing. But the trailer just gets me so excited for the story and what actually happens, because I mean, it's Tiny Tina's imagination, right? So anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And so I think back to everything we've done today. We had Randy here. God, that was, I cannot believe I got to do that. How good was that for you too, right? We had Randy, we had Matt, we had Adam, we had Kayla, we had cosplayers. We got to do it all today. And yeah, I just cannot say thank you enough. And raffle, one more time.
Yes.
Don't forget.
Make sure you enter.
Yeah.
It's being posted in the chat. It's being posted as much as possible. There it is right there. Make sure you enter because there's a ton of really cool things you could win from this game, from this universe. You have to enter before 10:30 Central. You've got 3 minutes, basically. Okay, 3 minutes from right now. So make sure you click that link. You'll be entered, and hopefully, good luck to everybody. You'll get the really, really cool thing.
Yeah.
Right?
And hopefully, if you're watching this and you are one of the lucky recipients, send us a tweet. You know, I'd love to see the pictures of the people who got it and, you know, how it adorns their house.
Yes, tweet at Mitsu Show, MITSUSHOW, or at Play Wonderlands, or at Test Games, or at any one of the creators. Let us know what you're up to.
And of course, hashtag chaotic great too.
Yes.
Okay. I like how everybody was using that. That was good. It snuck it in there every now and again. And it definitely fits the entire theme of the game. All right,
This
Tess.
party for sure is chaotic great
Well,
and amazing.
Boy. And in a few seconds, I think I'm about to find out about it. Again, thank you to everybody. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you're in that raffle. And March 25th. March 25th?
So soon.
Yes.
I'm honestly so lucky that I get to hang out here in the Wonderlands with you guys. Mitsu is there in Dallas getting to hang out with the devs and the cosplayers and community members. So Mitsu, I hope you have so much fun. Please send my love to everyone, seriously, from the Wonderlands. We're all so lucky to share in this incredible experience of these games together. And I'm just so excited to play with you all. I'm so excited to hear your stories when we come back with Wondercast.
Yeah.
Everything
very
going on at the
soon,
party.
actually. Our next episode, I think,
Yes.
is the 22nd, correct?
That's a Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, we're hitting it right back, and we're grinding that pavement. So, oh boy. All right. Without more delay, I will say this. Thank you so much. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. This has been the experience of a lifetime. Tess, I love having you in a TV, but hopefully next time we can have you in person.
Yes, please.
Is there anything you'd
Hopefully
like
the
to
world
share
is
with the folks before we say goodbye?
Just a huge thank you, seriously, to everybody on the production crew. I know how incredibly complicated it is, and I appreciate all the hard work. To everyone on the dev team, everywhere at Gearbox. You guys have gearboxed our hearts and our souls and our minds for the last many years since I first played Borderlands 2, which led me to 1 and 3, and now Wonderlands.
Cool. All right. It's time. We're going to have a lot of fun in 6 days. I'm going to go have a little fun right now. Tess, we'll see you very soon. Wish you were here.
Thank you, 2K. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, viewers. Mitsu, I hope you have the best time. Have
Thank you.
fun. Have so much fun. Seriously.
I will do the best that I can. Tess, I'll see you on Tuesday. Everybody, thank you very much. I hope that some of you are maybe here at the party. I'd love to say hi. If not, we'll see you in the Wonderlands.